Hey, okay, what's going on, family? Peace and shalom, what's going on? All right, so as you guys come on in, make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way in. If you're brand new, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys share this video everywhere. Thank you for everybody for waiting patiently for the show to begin. I appreciate y'all. All right, so we got a pretty interesting show for y'all on tonight. I want to showcase two platforms that's available in our community that you should be made aware of. And after this show is over, you should be signed up on. All right. So we have to learn how to gear things towards autonomy so we can be self-sufficient and self-reliant upon the things that we have in our community that are made for us by us, like FUBU, for us by us. All right. And this way we'll be able to have better options that are not flagged or that are not censored. And we could be free to speak on the things that pertain to the issues, concerns, and edification, encouragement that we need in our community. All right. So what I'm about to do right now is get started. So y'all just give me a second. Make sure you guys share this video, hit that thumbs up. All right. So let me jump over here real quick. All right, give me a second. All right, y'all hit the I was gonna say thumbs up. You hit the one button. Let me know if the audio and video is on point. Hit the one. Let me know if the audio and video is on point. All right, let me know if the audio and video is on point. Y'all make sure you hit one. All right, let me see who's up here in the building. Give y'all some shout outs. All right. Shout out to Sister E in the building. Make sure you click on her avatar and go subscribe to Sister E's channel. She's going to do a part 3 to that panel discussion about the Shabbat and the feast days. All right. So far, both shows have been dynamic and people have loved them. And Sister's going to do a part 3 soon. So I'm looking forward to being on there with her permission. All right. Because I know she had invited me again. So I'll be more than happy to go and support the sister's channel. All right. Shout out to Gather Nations in the building. Lucky Lou, Karen Gittins, Shabbat Shalom, Jessica Armstead, Matiyahu Ben Israel. He said, why does it say going live tomorrow? Might have been a typo. So I corrected that. So my apologies. Y'all know we go live on Friday nights as much as possible. So I went ahead and corrected that real quick before I started. So it should be appropriate now. All right. Shout out to the Light of the Olive. What's going on? Deborah Newsom. What's up? What's up? Consuelo F in the building. Dwayne Yosef. He says, yeah, I almost logged off and tuned in tomorrow. You can still keep your eye on tomorrow. We might go live tomorrow. You never know. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see. Shout out to Strong Island. Keep it a buck. Brother David in the building. What's going on, Brother David? All right. My brother in the building, Chris, the Most High Child, Shia Rala in the building. What's going on? What's going on? 3D Sounds, Sheikah Johnson. What's going on, Sheikah? What's going on? What's going on? 12 Pearls in the building. Roger Washington, LE. What's up? What's up? One Love, Sheila Garland, Tamika One in the building. What's going on? Enya Salcido. What's going on? Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yvette Powell in the building. Cartrell McKinney. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? All right. Kevin Jones, DB. Joseph Clark, Jermaine Howell, Tracy H, Ice You Cold, P-Way, Willie Littlejohn, Remarkable Ministry, Sister Gail in the building, Stacks 2296, Jade Lockhart 25, Leslie Fields, Kanisha Morgan, Warmer Nadi in the building, Yahuda Ben Israel. Let's get it. We got a full house tonight, man. I appreciate all y'all for joining in and giving some feedback so we can see you guys here in the building. And also saying that the audio and video quality is on point. I appreciate that. Jabril Ali in the building. Scott Garrett Headley. What's going on? What's going on? All right. Yeah, it's crazy because I just saw that Inside the Nation radio was live right before I went live. And it was doing like a verses on there. You know what I'm saying? But with Israelite music, it was kind of tight, man. It was kind of tight. So you may have to have 2 screens open on at once. You know what I'm saying? To go check it out. But yeah, I kind of peeped that. And they was doing pretty good over there, man. I want to know where to get those tracks at. So hopefully I'll be able to holler at Brother Abiyah and he'll be able to tell me. All right. Shout out to Lady Watt in the building. What's going on? What's going on? All right, family. So thank you for joining in, man. Hope you enjoyed the last couple of sessions we had. We had some dynamic content that we posted on the channel. It's been getting a lot of love. So I appreciate all y'all for that. And I thank y'all for being here this Friday evening, spending the time with us. All right. So again, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you guys hit subscribe. All right. Shout out to 617. Let's get it in the building. What's going on? Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to get on up in here. All right. Because we got some nice stuff for you guys on here on tonight. All right. So again, I just want to say this before I get started. If anybody has a business, we have products, goods, services, non-for-profit, or whatever the case may be. You created a software, an application, or something that is conducive to the growth of our community. Feel free to email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, so we can feature you on this channel. All right. We want to be able to give as much love as we can to whoever's doing something positive in the community. All right. Because we only here to serve the people. You know what I'm saying? And we can only serve if people say that they have a need. All right. So that we can attend to it. And we know that there's a lot of good stuff that people are doing in the community. We want to make sure at least this channel is an avenue for you guys to get the word out. All right. Shout out to Vaughn Park in the building. My brother James, aka Get Wise. Mel Jones, what's going on? Creativity Over Policy and Forum Group in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. LE said, I wish I can hit that thumbs up button twice. Well, you may not be able to. However, if you have family and friends, share the link to them. All right. Coworkers, associates, throw the link to them. I don't know, it doesn't matter if they sleep. Wake them up out of their sleep and tell them to tune in. All right. And tell them going forward, set their alarm for 10:45 so they can get the notification. They can wake up, enjoy the show, and they can go right to bed. All right. All right, family. So let's go ahead and get started, man. I appreciate everybody for joining on tonight. What I want to say is I want to thank all of our new Patreon pledges. I appreciate you guys, man. We hit over the 200 mark. All right. So that is something that to me is a excellent thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another giveaway. All right. Another giveaway. We're going to see how many people we can get to pledge before the end of the month, because there's so many goodies on there, man. You're not getting everything. If you like this channel, you're not getting everything unless you sign up for the Patreon. Right. When you go to the Patreon, you pledge. You have a repository of tons of resources, exclusives, giveaways, anything you could think of. We have it popping on a Patreon. It's the 24/7, 365 after party that goes down all the time. All right. So look, what I want to do is we're going to do a $200 giveaway for hitting 200. So if you want to be eligible for this giveaway, you need to sign up for the Patreon. Everybody that is signed up for the Patreon is eligible for this giveaway. All right. So if you're not part of the Patreon and you want to get on the action, even if it's just to be part of the individuals that are going to be tossed into the lottery, feel free to do so. All right. We're going to give away $200. No strings attached. All you got to do is be part of the Patreon, and then you'll be eligible to receive $200 if you get chosen. All right. So again, all you got to do is sign up. And by signing up, you're automatically entered to win $200. All right. So again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because this is the place that we give back all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to continue to do, because we want to show our thanks for what the community has done to us. You're not going to get this anywhere else. All right. You can use that $200 to start your own business. You know what I'm saying? Some people may only need that to add to what they got to start their own business, may need to pay a bill, may need to take a trip somewhere, whatever the case may be. Somebody is going to be a fortunate recipient of that $200. All right. And not only that giveaway, we have tons of other stuff on the Patreon as well that you can enjoy. We just posted a book on there on Halakha, and I posted that right before I had the discussion last Friday. And then I have another book I'm gonna put on there to give you guys some insight into the Mishnah. All right, so you guys can look into the Mishnah. It'll break down the tractate and then go into further detail in regards to the commentary from the author of the book in regards to the particular rulings, just so that you're familiar with the material, know what it is. All right, because whenever I have dialogues like this, I want you guys to have the resources so that you can follow along what it is that we're doing. All right. So again, the Patreon is on the screen, www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. All right. Also, we're going to be starting our KHM Holistic Research Paradigm for Bible Study. What does that mean? That means that we're going to start a brand new series. All right, that we're going to be doing live. It's going to be interactive, and we're going to teach you guys how to get the most out of your study when you're going into the text. All right, we're going to teach it holistically, which means we're going to show you guys the archaeological elements, the anthropological elements, the psychological elements, the environmental elements, the historical elements, the linguistic elements, any element you could think of, right, that can give you better insight into what the text is conveying and what the author intended for the audience. You guys be able to intercept that and be able to get it the way it was meant for you to get it. All right. And that's what we want to offer the community. So anybody that's part of the Patreon, you're automatically eligible to jump into this study that we're doing is dynamic, it's interactive. You can ask questions, raise your hand throughout the process. And it doesn't matter if we've done 4 sessions. If you're brand new jumping in, it's going to be like you never missed anything, because we're going to start everything from scratch, and we're going to take a particular passage and we're going to use the tools, and I'm going to teach you how to use the tools, and you guys are going to be using the tools as you're going through the passage, and we're going to work together as a team and get a better understanding of what this cultural literature is that was left behind for us to take in today. All right. So again, there's not going to be nothing like this, and you guys don't want to miss it. All right. So if you want to be part of it, you can email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. But if you're on the Patreon, you'll be able to get the access link to jump into the show and be able to get this private session. It will not be recorded. It's not going to be placed. Well, it'll be recorded, but it's not going to be placed on YouTube. All right. So only the participants will be able to get access to it, whether you Patreon or not, and you're requesting access. Jump on the show. If you're missing it, it's okay. We're going to do 2 shows every other week. So you get 4 of these sessions every month. All right. So you're definitely going to get your investments worth, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. All right. So again, this is going to be something I want to give back to the community. I did it back in 2015. I stopped it. Since then, I got so many requests for it. So we're going to start it back up this fall. All right. So just so you guys know what's going on as well, next weekend in Atlanta is an event that's going on next weekend in Atlanta. I think Tariq Nasheed is the one spearheading it. And I will be at the event. I'm being asked to speak, you know what I'm saying, on a conference. I think they had like a panel discussion or whatnot. But I'm still waiting on to get the flyer for that, so that way I can share it with you guys, and you guys can come out there if you're here in Atlanta. All right. Also, there's some events in the Jewish community that's coming up this month. One of them is Shofar in the Park. It's going to be in Atlanta. So what I'm going to try to do is touch bases with the groups at those events and strike up conversation. And I'm going to have a cameraman with me. I'm going to capture all the footage. And as we're capturing footage, we're going to have professional camera, mic, and everything like that, so you guys be able to see me down there in the middle of, you know, a sea of other Jewish people, you know what I'm saying, with the red, black, and green zeets on, you know what I'm saying, asking them questions and building with them while we out there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, you know, to me, extremely enthralling. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as we capture that, I might live stream it. I'm not sure, or I might just record it and throw it up. Record and throw it will probably be better because the quality will be better. But I know you guys are going to enjoy it. All right. So that's coming up soon, as soon as less than 2 weeks from now. I think it's about a week and a half from now. But that'll be on the channel soon, so you guys can see it. Also, because of the last session I did, I had tons of people from the Jewish community hit me up. Right. Some of them requesting a dialogue. Some of them saying they like, you know, the discourse I had with the brother Yirmiyahu Danzig on the channel. And they may be on this platform as soon as next Friday. All right. So I might have them on here next Friday. The panel of me and a couple of other, you know, Jewish individuals that want to have a dialogue. And then, as always, I'm going to open up the panel for y'all to jump in. You're going to have more time to interact because it's going to be us talking with them. So it's going to be an open panel for their community, our community, to have an open dialogue. And I'm going to do my best to moderate it. So I need y'all to be on your best behavior. We don't want to scare them out the room, you know what I'm saying, in the first 10, 15 minutes. All right, we're going to take our time. We're going to play chess, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have a great dialogue with them. All right. So I need y'all to be on your best behavior, whoever gets in on here. And we're going to have a great, great dialogue. And this is, again, we're trying to make history, man. We got to make it. You know, because we're trying to progress into a better state for the community. In order to do so, we have to open up the doors to have these type of dialogues. All right. So I want to be able to make sure that I have this for y'all as well. Now, last thing I want to say to y'all, and then I'm going to open it up to my guests, so that way they can showcase something wonderful that they got going on, is that me and the brother Zion Lex got something coming up soon for y'all on this channel. All right. I'm not going to give all the details yet because we ain't promoted yet. But we're going to have something coming on this channel for y'all very soon. So this is even more of a reason to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and hit that bell notification. Because if you thought what we already had was something special, I got tons more stuff lined up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, off YouTube, on Patreon, in person, wherever the case may be, it's going down. We'll be in the DMV area soon as well. All right. So if those of you in the DMV area, email me if y'all are interested in assisting and volunteering so we can get things together and right. I already got Remarkable Ministries team in the building that's assisting me and trying to put the finishing touches on that. And we'll have the fly up soon for that as well once we finalize everything. And then those of you who are in the DMV area, you guys can highlight us. And when we touch down to set up a chapter in DC, Baltimore. All right. So I want to just throw that out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that so far. Like I said, man, there's too much stuff coming through. Y'all got to continue to support this channel so we can continue to get bigger, bigger and bigger, greater, greater and greater, and doing this for the Most High and servitude of his people in his community. All right. All right. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get started. All right. So first up, I'm going to open up to the tag team members right here. My brother Morey Shema Talmiyahu and Chief Zebulon in the building. All right, what's going on? What's going on? So what I want to say for you guys real quick before I let them speak, what we're doing today before I get into the rest of the show is we're doing a showcase. All right, so there's this tag team right here and another individual, which I'm going to bring on shortly. And they have something for our community that if you guys didn't know about, you guys better know about because that's why they're here. All right, and this is going to change the landscape of what can be done and what's possible in the community. I mean, all the possibilities have been open now. You know, right now with the advent of social media, you know, a lot of our content is being flagged, is being censored. Some stuff we're not able to do. And then we're in an environment, a secular environment that's not conducive to the growth and edification of our community. So what these individuals have done is that they've created alternative platforms that's centered around the values of our community to allow our voice and our expression to be the way it was meant to be. All right. And these two dynamic individuals, they have came together and decided that they saw what was missing. They wanted to fill in the gap. So you guys have no excuse in regards to alternate social media that is beneficial for the community. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let the brothers introduce themselves, and they're going to go ahead and have the floor. They got about 15, 20 minutes to deliberate and explain to you guys what they have in store for this community. This is why I say you have to share this video to make sure everybody knows about this, because after this is done, I see how many people was in here in this chat. They should have X amount of people signing up. All right. And I'm going to report back to them and see if that's what's going on. All right, family. So without further ado, let me introduce to you my brother Morey Shema and Chief Zebulon. You guys have the floor.
Shalom, shalom. Divine Prospect, appreciate you, man. Appreciate Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. Those of you that, some of you know me already on that. I'm one of the admin that, Divine Prospect allowed me to, help a little bit out, just be his eyes up in there. So shalom to all of you. For those that don't know me, I do music. I ain't gonna go into all that, but some of you know I do music, R&B. I was on a couple of the mixtapes that Divine Prospect put out. I do Hebrew, study Hebrew, teach Hebrew, beginners courses. And then I actually went through a few courses with Chief Zeb, and I let him get into him. But then when we both was seeing the things that was going on in the community over the past years and the complaints and things of that nature. And it's crazy how we came together because we both was thinking about creating something like this. And I moved away from Facebook for a while. I'm just giving a brief explanation really quick. Move away from Facebook for a while. I went to something called Black Junction. I don't know if you all are familiar with that. And I was like, you know what? This is not where it's at, but I didn't want to be a part of Facebook. I had created a logo a while ago, and then Chief Zeb came to me and with the same idea out of the blue. And his logo was the root form of the word that I used, which was Qahila, and his was Qahal. And that's kind of how we decided to come along with this platform that we're going to present to you right now. So that's an explanation, and that's actually who I am. And I just want to give the floor to him, let him introduce himself, and then we could go ahead and present it to you all. Appreciate you. You're on mute, Chief. You're on mute.
Oh, there we go. I've been unmuted. Kane, hallelujah, shalom barakah b'Hashem Yah. Peace and blessings to Israel, all those that are out there listening, and all those who will be listening at some point. To reiterate what Morey Shema brought out, Definitely appreciative of brother Ron for allowing us to come on the platform, lay a few things out, give some some alternative vantage points concerning social media, and hopefully you can benefit from it. And if you can't benefit from it, find someone who can. So yeah, along the lines of what Mordecai Shema brought out, yeah. First and foremost, again, Chief Zebulon Below Hedekia. I come from the the lineage, if you will, of B'nai Zakin, Torah only camps. I've been in this walk for nearly 30 years. Author of a certain amount of books. I'm not going to get into the details of all of that, but an author, musician, historian, linguist on the low. I don't really put too much stuff out there, but I try to do what I can for our people in the manner that we can. That's pretty much as far as I'm going to go in my personal background at this point, because we're limited on time, so we're going to get right to the point. To camelback off what Maury Shema said, yeah. Anybody who's been on Facebook for the past 10, 11, 12 years, understand clearly that Facebook is the devil. And when I say that Facebook is the devil, I mean for Hebrews who are Torah keepers, whether you subscribe to the New Testament or you don't, if we all subscribe to the Torah, if we are Torah keepers in our heart and in our works, then we know that Facebook in itself is a very, very slippery slope, and much like a Trojan horse. It has its benefits, but even those benefits are only benefits because we had nothing to compare it against. There was no other options for Israel. So much like Stockholm Syndrome, you try to find the good in something that is evil as hell. Fortunately, those of us who are in the know, those of us who are in the community, both offline and online, we've been paying attention. We've heard all of the complaints. We've heard all of the or read all of the Facebook posts about how Facebook is the devil. Our comments are being flagged. They're throwing me in Facebook jail for 30 days and 60 days, and it's forcing me to come up with 2, 3, 4 accounts so I can circumvent Mark Zuckerberg and his Legion of Doom. We've heard this, we've seen it, and it has manifested all throughout the years that we've been on social media, on Facebook. We've seen it, we've complained. The problem is that there's never been any solid movement to try to solve the problem. Our solutions have pretty much just been limited to complaining. I, for one, anyone who knows me knows I'm really not a fan of complaining. I'm like that's just too feminine for me. I'm not with the complaining. My thing is, if we can't solve it, if we're to complain about it, then let's step forward and solve the problem instead of just talking about it. So my thing was, I said, you know what? What if we had our own platform, our own social media platform, similar to Facebook, but without all of the skullduggery and histrionics that are attached to it? What if we had that? Now, for the record, I was not aware of until just recently that another brother had this very same idea roughly around the same time. I was not aware of, and I'm sure he wasn't aware of what we were doing, but to give a quick example of the power in that, I always think about the awakening of the children of Israel in America, and how in Chattanooga, Tennessee, you had Prophet F.S. Cherry, who was responsible for one of the earliest awakenings of Israelites in this country. But then right across over in Lawrence, Kansas, around the same time, you had Prophet William Crowdy, who also was raising up and came to a conclusion through divine intervention or whatever have you, that we are the children of Israel. Now, neither one of these two men knew each other. They were in two different states, had no contact with each other. There was no social media, yet they came to the same conclusion and received the same insight into who we are as a people, and they moved forward in it, not even realizing that each other existed. And I think that's powerful, because what that tells me is that when it is time for Israel to move, the Most High will make us move when we have to move, no matter who receives this information. So I'm thinking the same thing. Me and Shema, we're moving on a certain situation, and come to find out, lo and behold, there is another brother who thought the same thing, because we were exposed to the same skullduggery on social media, and we were tired of it. And so we made moves to reconcile. I mean, not reconcile, but to eliminate the problem. So with that said, Qahal, the Qahal Nation, what is it? You know what I'm saying? It is a social media platform similar in the same vein as a Facebook, but again, without the skullduggery and the histrionics. Our motto is very simple. We are a safe haven for the children of Israel who needs an escape from social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, and these other places where, as an Israelite, you have to walk, or you have to live a double life. You have to speak in code in order to speak on certain truth without being flagged, without being called this or called that and locked in whatever. You now have the freedom and are afforded the freedom to speak as a Hebrew to your people with no hindrances whatsoever. That is our, that is our motto. We are a safe haven. And our motive, like I said, it was in the same vein of what we spoke about earlier. And that was, we were tired of the complaining. And so we moved on it. Mark Zuckerberg is not the only one who is resourceful enough to find a way to establish social media platforms. Those days are over. And with that said, I want to quickly pass off to Maurice Shema, because the next area that we wanted to touch on was as far as the site of Qahal and what we have to offer, what we are bringing to the children of Israel. And I think he can go into more detail on it. Maurice Shema, let's bring it.
All right. Did you want me to go into sharing the screen right now at this point, or you want me to wait towards the end?
Well, yeah. Well,
is this a good time to
I guess
bring
we can share the screen maybe towards the end, but we can still cover the some of the ground as far as what we offer. If you want to touch on that.
Okay, cool. So some of the things that we offer on Qahal, as far as like the functionality of it is, well, actually, you know what I want to do? I want to go over, because we have 4 rules in place. And I think that these rules are very important for our community. We see that in our community, we have a lot of debates and discussions and things of that nature, which is okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it depends on how we go about it, right? So I'm gonna go through those real quick so I can knock that out the way, because we got about, I'm looking at the clock, we got about
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
just keep going.
I just want to make sure, I just want to make sure.
I appreciate it, but go ahead. You're good.
Most definitely. Okay, let me go to it really quick. I actually was going to pull it up when I brought the site in, but I can bring it in now so we can get that out of the way. So this is something that was put together. So for when you first come in, if you was to join, this is one of the first things you're going to see. And it says, welcome to Qahal, a social networking platform conceived and created by Chief Zebulon ben Lewi Hadekia and Maurice Shema Talim-Yahu. Qahal was created to be an alternative to and ultimately a replacement of Facebook. As long as any of us have been on Facebook, we have heard all of the many complaints Hebrews have with it, everything from flagging posts, which we spoke on, locking us out of our accounts, etc. Qahal is meant to serve as a safe haven, like you said, a haven of peace, where Hebrews are free to be ourselves and express our culture, understanding without fear of agent Smiths restricting our movements. However, we would be a bit naive to think that there are no need for some rules, regulations, and protocol. They are simple rules that no Yah / a higher fearing man or a woman would have problems adhering to. But since we know how some Hebrews conduct themselves on Facebook, it is necessary to implement these rules and regulations. So here we go. It's only 4 of them. Here at Qahal, our practices will differ from other social media platforms. Our Creator commanded us to be so sanctified, set apart for the betterment of our nation. There should be love and respect when it comes to one another. We ought to be perfect with him. And I put in that Deuteronomy 18:13. Now, a lot of us don't display that love. I'm still speaking on the first rule. So the whole idea is to display this type of love towards our women, our men, and because that's what we know Torah is about. You know, a lot of us might not teach on that, but if you really dig deep into Torah, that's basically what it's about when it comes to the community. The second one is slander is not permitted among our people on Qahal, nor should you wish harm to the life of your people. We stand together, we unite, we are each other. Leviticus 19:16-18, Ecclesiasticus 25:1. And when we're speaking on harm and wishing harm, some of you know what we're talking about. You be on Facebook and someone say, "Oh, you're going to be, I don't know, burned, or you're going to be this," whatever they might say to their own brother and sister that's within the community, because they have a difference in opinion and thoughts. We won't allow that here. The third rule is discussion and respectful debates are permitted. We do need that. That's for the growth of our community. However, the blaspheming of the name of the Most High, whether you use Yah, Yahweh, Yodewahe, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ahaya, Elohim, etc., it is not permitted, as well as spewing evil towards one another due to these discussions, debates, or preference of name usage. Ecclesiastes 5:6, Proverbs 6:16-19. The reason we're putting that into place is because how many of us as a listener right now have seen that? How many of us in our early stages of being a part of the community have done it ourselves? Oh, you go by a higher, man. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. But, you know, things like that. Whatever an individual that joins this site goes by, whether it's those names I mentioned, don't blaspheme the name of the Most High Yah in regards to what they believe the Most High's name is. We won't permit that as well. The fourth one is Qahal takes marriage covenants very seriously. Messaging another man's wives without the permission of that husband is not lawful here. And it is advised that this action is refrained from. This goes for both women and men when it comes to marriage. It is encouraged that both the husband and wife or wives are informed and strongly advised. We do know that people practice polygyny. We know people are monogamous as well. This is a very important rule. Can we monitor this? No. But if there is no law, there's no sin, right? So we have to put this in place so it's known, you know, and if it's brought to us that this happens, we have to take measurements there. The last thing that's said is this. Here at Qahal, we feel that these four subject matters, if executed properly, will guarantee a social community filled with love and respect. We all will feel safe while at the same time growing with one another. Unfortunately, if these rules are not abided by, the Qahal administrators will have to remove said individuals. We appreciate all of you who have joined Qahal. What does it have to offer? Really quick, I'll be really quick. The things within Qahal, I saw somebody said wives, but the things within Qahal, it has plenty to offer. I look at it more so like a cyber Black Wall Street. I will show you when I go on the site, but I'll speak briefly on it. If you are someone that, I think of group economics on there. You know, we can do that whether you're in the same state, whether you're outside of the state. It has your own products on there. It has functionalities to where you could boost your posts on there, and everyone, even if they're not your friend, can see the posts. Now, it's a functionality in there, and I'll show you this once I go on there, to where you only can see those that you follow and that follow you as well. But the offer of boosting your posts and things of that nature will, if you're a teacher, if you're a musician, if you're an author, it will be up there for everybody to see for a certain amount of time within that day, through the whole day, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So that is one of the things that I can mention that offers. It's some similarities within Facebook. We wanted to make sure that we bring things differently on it, but something familiar, because we noticed that people will prefer to be around something familiar. You know, one of the things that I will add, and this is the last thing I'm gonna add, I'll just show you when we go on, is we saw that a lot of times people was talking about having the functionality of, instead of posting a post, vocalizing the post. And that's a cool function that we have on there as well. I think that's pretty cool. So we'll go into that when we show you visually, but that's all I have right now to add. I was trying to speak quickly. Forgive me.
How much time do we have left on this?
I mean,
I got 6 minutes and 44 seconds on here.
Yeah, y'all good. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
All right.
Yeah. So and briefly, because I think that we would be remiss if we did not mention a very important part of the sign-up process. This has obviously caused for various reasons some people to feel like maybe they don't want to join or whatever the case. But I'm going to say it, and I'm going to give some obviously some clear reasonings behind it. The joining of Qahal, unlike Facebook or whatever, it is a subscription based. It is $1 a month. Now, why are we charging $1 and not making it free? That's one of the questions that some people have posed. Now, the obvious answer to that, and this is for anybody who's into any form of business dealing with economics, we know that nothing is free when you're still using the tools from the outsiders. So we know that in creating a platform, there are certain things that have to be paid for. You have to pay for the server that powers the website. You have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to pay for the technology itself to establish streaming. You know, people want to live stream. All of these things are not free. These things cost money. Now, one of the reasons why we charge $1, not just to pay for these things, because obviously we could come out of pocket and pay for it ourselves. It's really not that expensive, but there is a cost. But the important thing is I realize that our people, when it's time for our people to support something of their own, we try. It's like when you have a Black-owned business, and the first thing that our people want to do is we want a discount. As soon as the business opens, we want some type of a freebie. And the one thing that I've learned about money, and back in the days, people who used to hustle in the streets, whatever, they can verify this. People who get things easily or for free, they don't appreciate it. When you have to put forth effort, when you have to put forth or put your money where your pockets and your mouth is, this changes the dynamic. It makes people not only become accountable to each other in a communal setting, but it also allows you to be part and parcel of the actual development of a platform. When you put $1, keep this in mind, I'm not saying $20, $30, $50, $100, $1. When you put $1 into the pot every month, what you are basically saying is, this is my platform. I'm putting this in, and now I have the opportunity to come in and say, hey, listen, brothers, why don't we implement this in the platform or implement this? And guess what? Now you have the opportunity to actually see that come to fruition. We do this because our people, we have we have a tendency of always seeking things free, and then when it's free, it's not supported, or it's not supported in the way that it needs to be supported, like Facebook. A person may say, well, Facebook doesn't charge anybody $1 for subscriptions. How come you charging? Well, because Facebook accepts advertising. They accept advertising dollars. Facebook makes over $37 million every year just to run ads on their platform. This is why they're able to give it to you for free, because it means nothing in light of $37 million a year strictly from advertising. YouTube does the very same thing. They'll not only make it free, but they'll pay you, to allow them to advertise on your channel. They'll break you off with some money. Why? Because they make 40, 60, $70 million every year from advertising. So they can afford that. They have the money to do it. When you are starting from scratch and you're not tapping into these ad spots, this is what makes charging a small insignificant fee necessary, because we do not on Qahal, we do not accept ads from secular sources. If you're not a Hebrew Israelite with a Hebrew Israelite righteous business, we don't want your money. We don't want your ads. We don't want no affiliation with you, because what you're doing is not in alignment with the Most High's plan. So that's why we say to the community, can you subscribe for $1 a month to help us keep this platform moving? because again, we don't do outside secular advertisements. That's not what we do. And when you do that, you're able to cut out these individuals who want to control what is posted on your platform. Maurice Shema, bring it out.
Yeah, I wanted to add real quick as far as that. If do you know the reasoning behind you being flagged for 30 to 60 days? It's because of the content, and it's because of the advertisers having that say so. You're doing something against what they're pushing, LGBTQ, right, things of that nature, right? One thing I wanted to bring out that I don't know if the Chief was going to bring out, and maybe not. And I talked to somebody today before coming on the show, and I told them, and they was like, really? How many of you all know how much it costs for the a month for just this one feature to use the live feature on Facebook? Do your research. What we have gathered from what we're trying to find something different, or a little more reasonable, but it's around $500 a month just for that feature. Now, we want that feature on the platform. That's one of the ones we don't have now, but that's one of the reasons to ask to help just $1, you know what I'm saying, to help build that portion of the this communal setting. Like I said, this is a Black Wall Street, in my opinion, and I'm going to go into that once we bring up the screen. I don't want to take too much time because we do got, this is a Divine Prospect show as well, and we have another brother coming in and bringing forth his amazing work as well. So I wanted to just throw that in there real quick. Is there anything else you needed to bring out, Chief? And do your research and check and see if we're speaking facts or making it up too as well. And real quick, I saw somebody say something about we shouldn't be speaking about money on the Sabbath or something like that. Can you please show me that in Torah? Forgive me, Divine Prospect, but sometimes I gotta bring facts. Show me that in Torah. He said we don't obey Yah's commandments. Please show me that in Torah.
That's okay. Don't worry about them. I'll give them an opportunity to get on and deal with me when we're done.
I got you.
Ignore them. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, no, and absolutely. I mean, and no doubt, the brother. One thing I can respect about it is that the brother, even in that particular angle, he's practicing Zell. You know what I'm saying? He's practicing Zell, sure. And I can salute that. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, brother. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Now, moving forward, I think we pretty much kind of wrapped up. Because again, we're operating in a time vacuum a little bit here. So I think some of the main points is, and I wanted to put that out there again about the dollar, because and I think somebody on the in the comments said exactly what I've been saying for the past week, that if you have to blink at $1, then you should not be online. Matter of fact, you should not have the internet, because clearly if $1 is making you come up with life decisions, then you shouldn't be online, period. Because that's expensive.
It's also just, and I think like the people that follow that is works with Divine Prospect here on Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, and those that's listening, they understand, because like the Patreon, a lot of people support the Patreon. I support Ron's Patreon, you know what I'm saying, and other people within the community that's making a big impact for change. So with that being said, if you have nothing else to bring forth, Chief, Divine Prospect, if I can I just share it, and just so they can see
whenever you're ready
what it looks like, and then that's it. We'll
sure, whenever you're ready.
Cool. Hold on one second. Share screen. All right. All right, cool. So we're gonna do this. All right, is this showing Qahal?
Yes.
You all see it?
All right, see it?
Yes, yeah. Do you? So okay. A few functionalities about it. So this is the layout of it. You got here's. I don't know if you all can see the mouse or the hand. You got the news feed right here. This is just the whole feed. You see, I shared Shalom, Ron Shields platform. You got Chief right here, and you got a few people come in and talking about things like a sealed weapon license. We talk about stuff concerning farming and anything you could possibly think of, right? So that's a news feed. You have the people I follow instead that I was bringing out. Groups, same thing like Facebook pages, blog articles. Those that like to write articles. We see that Divine Prospect brings a lot of articles out for respected authors and things of that nature. We want to have that within our own community. So this will be a great platform for those that are authors, your products, this is one of the things I was speaking on as far as the audio. You know, you can do an audio as far as a post. You know, I'm just going through it real quick, y'all. You got night mode, you got day mode. Chief, are you on Messenger at all? This is like the messaging functionality to where, let me see. I don't know if he's on Messenger, but you have, you know,
I'm on Messenger right now.
Yeah, they see it. I pulled something else. I pulled something up. So you have, it's similar. Everything is kind of like similar. So it's an easy transition. Is there anything on here you want me to bring out and show them at all?
Yeah, you can't. At the moment, it's a very minor. Maybe it might be some minor to some people, but for musicians, very important. This is something that people have asked Facebook for over 10 years, and Facebook's like, no, whatever. On Qahal, if you are an artist and you don't feel like going through YouTube to try to upload, you know, to show your music, let's just say you just have audio. You don't have a video. You just got audio of a song that you just cut and you want people to hear it right now. Well, lo and behold, you can upload your song right there in the comment section. There's a little all the way towards the end, you see the music sign
right here.
Right there. You click on it and it'll open up the folder on your computer. You select your audio file that you want to throw on the platform.
It's a new
it uploads immediately.
Go ahead.
And you're able to peel off. And this is a functionality. Again, it might not be a big deal for some people, but for musicians, this is critical, because you may not want to have to go to Bandcamp and all these other, and SoundCloud to try to get the link for this. It's like, nah, I want you to hear it right now. Boom, upload it. It's a done deal. So we try to, you know, keep the functionality reminiscent of Facebook so that people don't get bogged down by the learning curve. But we also try to offer elements that that is going to be more productive for everyone that comes on. So I just want to just throw that out there.
And this is the you know, you can sell your product similar to Facebook. I'm not sure if they have that functionality right in the message part, because I really wasn't selling on Facebook, but you could cut out the middleman, you know, especially for musicians that use like Bandcamp and things of that nature. Everything could come right on here. We're trying to work on a custom-made media player and things of that nature to where you can bring it all on here. For me, it's big because for those that know me, I do music. I'm a Hebrew R&B artist, you know, also an author myself. So everything is here. And that's about it. I mean, like I talked to you all about the boosting your posts and things of that nature. So everyone, depending on how big Qahal do become, if it becomes thousands of people, it's people that you don't even know, but they'll be able to see it. You know, you could provide services right there. So with that, I yield. Do we finish everything? Is that good?
One other thing, because I saw a comment, I'm sure Ron saw it too, very important. A brother, or I'm not sure if it was a brother. Yeah, it's a brother. Ken Lewis asked, you brothers working on a mobile app? We are not working on a mobile app because, yes, we have it right now on Android. Android right now, because, of course, Android
bring it out.
Android is the platform for Hebrews. iPhone, whatever. But we have iPhone coming very soon as well. But, yes, we have the app for Android. You can go right to Google Play and just type in the Qahal Nation. Platform is right there. So you good money. And those brothers who are lost in the storm using iPhones, yes, we'll have an iPhone app coming very soon as well.
Yeah, there was a little shade to the iPhone we're using.
I just had, I don't know.
So that's it, man. I think we covered everything. I almost forgot about the app. I'm glad that person asked about it. Yes, we do have an app. So I just wanted to put that out. I think we touched on everything. Appreciate you, DivineProspect.
All right, awesome, man. These are two heavy hitters in the community, man. You guys need to go and follow them on social media. They got a dope Hebrew class that's popping. You guys want to sign up to that too. Those brothers get down seriously on there. And I got to join that soon so I can splash, make some waves and learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, linguistic literacy is sorely missing from our community, and you can't really get a hand on the culture unless you understand the language, right? And these two brothers, man, I mean, especially Chief, been in it for what, 30? You did 30 years in this, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
almost 30, and like 5 years before that, Malachi York, Sufism, all manner of things. So, yeah, since the 80s. So, yeah, you know.
There's a treasure trove in the community, man. So, guys, please go and support them on social media. Please sign up for Qahal ASAP. $1? Come on, man. $1. I better not see nobody in the chat complaining about $1. I had a situation where people were talking about getting things for free, but yet they admitted when I was following them on social media, they had Netflix. They had think about it, Netflix. If you want to get the best tier service in Netflix is like $18 now, $15-$18. They had Hulu, right?
Yes.
They was going to buy movies, rent movies for their kids. They was buying all these different devices. So people have money, but when it comes to us supplying things, like y'all said, nobody wants to invest. Like people was like, well, can I get that for free? But you got to understand, if we gave it to you for free, you wouldn't value it. If you value something, you're going to invest in it. Now, one thing I'm going to ask you guys real quick, because I've seen a question in there that people want to know.
I wanted to touch on too, but go ahead. Yeah,
okay, yeah, I'll ask you real quick. And if y'all want to take questions, let me know, because I know people are curious about a couple of things. Are y'all okay for another 5-7 minutes of questions?
Man, I'm here as long as you allow.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the one thing I want to say is people keep asking, man, it's $1, it's $1. They just told you it's for maintenance purposes, but some people are asking, is there a way that those funds are going to be funneled back into the platform or something else going on in the community that you guys have going on? Can you answer that question? And then if you guys want to take questions, then I'll go ahead and read a couple of things I see on there in the chat.
Appreciate it. Chief, you got the floor.
Kane, I think with anything, well, let me say, let me put a caveat to that. To what I'm about to say, anything that deals with righteousness in Israel, anything that we invest in, it has to come not only back to the people, but it has to also elevate the bar. We have to go further. So, for instance, and I'll put this out there because doesn't matter who hears it now because it's going to pop. This part of Qahal is only the first leg of more things that we're going to be doing. Videos, video, something very similar to YouTube. We're working on that. We understand that there's also a similar platform, but the more the merrier. The more platforms we have, the less YouTube and these other platforms are able to monopolize on Israel. So we're working on that. We're working on a messenger. We're going to be working on a messenger app. So aside from the actual the main platform, some people just want like a messenger. Like, yeah, you can do Qahal messaging. And anything, we want to take, what's the other feature that we talked about? Being able to go live. This is one of the few things that keep people on Facebook because the go live feature. But like Maury Shema said, the go live on the low end of it, the go live platform is like $5 a month. A month. Every month you got to drop 500, and that's the low price. That's the low end of the platform. The more powerful video and chat platforms, we're talking $700, $800, $900 a month, easy. I've been on there and I've tested different sites just to see who's offering the better deal. But yeah, these things cost. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a platform where not only we are putting forth certain things, but those who are part of the platform itself, they can contribute as well, because this is your platform. Like I said, to actually have the platform functioning is very easy for us to maintain by ourselves. We could do it. So it's not really an issue of, oh my God, if everybody doesn't give $1, what are we going to do? No, it can be, we can hold it down, but that's just two of us. We could be in the platform just talking to each other, but we want the community to say, you know what? No, we're coming over because we're actually tired of Facebook. So this is what. So yeah, bring it out.
I want to jump in real quick in regards to what he said. An example of that is, we're not saying to leave Facebook completely. We know that people have family that's not in the truth, that you might want to, message and this and that. We understand that. We're just saying, okay, perfect example. This is the first beta stage, and it is about right now. Maybe, it's not a lot of people because we just launched it technically a few days ago. So it's a little bit under 100 right now, but actively it's about only 10 people active. But I know a lot of people that join and they're on Facebook 10, 15, 20 posts. And we're asking, okay, can you come over and just, help this grow by putting your content here, sharing your information, things like that for our community, what you all have been asking for. And to show you that the dollar is not really significant in it, it's more about accountability, is one of the things that we haven't put in there. And the rule we might implement is, say if you come, supporting is not just the dollar. It's not about the dollar. Supporting is supporting yourself. This is your platform, not ours alone. We even joined. Somebody asked me, "Can on here?" I'm sorry, DivineProspect, if you was going to go here. Somebody said it's $1 the only thing. It go up to $4. $4 is the highest. I signed up, and I'm a creator for $4. I signed up myself as well as Chief. But the thing is, say if you sign up and then you're not active, we will give you $1 back. I'm gonna pause and say that again. If you're not active on there, but you're active all on Facebook, all and every day, we don't want to take your money. We're going to give it right back to you. It's not about the money. It's about accountability for the growth in the community, the betterment of us, the cries that everybody been crying about for these years. This is for us.
It's a covenant of commitment.
There you go. Man, thank you.
All throughout the culture, it talks about covenant. It's an even exchange, and sometimes maybe not. Maybe you may get more benefits than what you invest. You know what I'm saying? But it's about the idea of covenant, and that's at the core of our culture. And that's the problem with our community, is that we've lost these minhag, this custom of being able to get in exchange and in covenant with one another. You know, whatever reasons, the setbacks, or whatever the case may be, we cannot be afraid with covenant, because if you're willing to get in covenant with the Most High and we are all his children, then we should not be afraid to get in covenant with one another. That's how you deal righteously with one another, and that's how you hold each other accountable when there's an investment. Okay, because not only is the reliancy on your input and your investment, but then now the responsibility on the other half for them to provide something that's worth that investment. It works both ways. You know what I'm saying? So our community has to get out of that, because this is why we're losing. This is why we can't enjoy none of the blessings that Yah has for us, because we don't want to step out of this disenfranchised mode and actually do something that's worth our investments. And now we have something. So I don't want to see nobody I've seen in here go on social media and complain that we don't have nothing for ourselves. We're being blackballed by Facebook and we're being censored. I see everybody in here. We got it recorded now. So don't listen to you on social media talking all that garbage about Facebook, and I don't see y'all signing up for Qahal. Right. Hey. But again, let's get into covenant with our brothers and sisters and start trusting one another and investing. And I guarantee these brothers will not let you down. They've done so much from scratch. I even put the link for the Android app in the chat, because some people are asking, where's the site? So can one of y'all drop the link for the site in the chat? Because people are asking for it, and I'll throw it on the screen so people can get it. Because I don't want no excuses. I want them to have visibility. I want them to have access, and I want them to be willing to sign up. We have over 200 something people in here that's saying that they're willing to sign up. So that means once this show's over, they should have like 200, 300, 400 people signing up for Qahal. All right. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to say real quick, Chief, my bad. I do want to say there's a brother in here by the name of Mariahu. He said, I'm on Qahal Nation and Hebrew Spit. Hey, I'm on Hebrew Spit too, by the way. I just want y'all to know. And yes, somebody asked a question real quick about if you don't have an Android, you can use your browser, your phone browser, or your computer for right now until we get that app, the iOS. So go ahead, Chief.
Jump on via Safari if you have iPhone, and you can just type in the link, and then you can access it almost like a mobile app. It'll put it in like a mobile view, and you can just use it that way until they release the app. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chief. Zebulon.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. And because I want to re-emphasize something that that Maurice Shema put out there. It's very important that we understand this going forward. We're not asking for people to spend their money and sign up for Qahal. What we're asking for and requiring is that you participate in the building of the community. Yes. Listen, it's $1. I'm not hard pressed for bread. Neither is Shema. We don't need the dollar in that sense. We want people to come on there and do what they do like they do on Facebook. Yes. So I want to see brothers and sisters coming in here looking around like, hey, yeah, let me go set up Hebrew Israelite blah blah group. Let me go set that up real quick. Let me go bring my peoples over. Let me go set up this group for Hebrew Israelite courting or Hebrew Israelite whatever. Anything that you've been doing on Facebook, don't give Mark Zuckerberg all the glory here. Don't let him take all of your creative juices so you're left with nothing over here. Like, no, take all of that information. If you have a problem with the transition because you don't want to leave stuff over there and your pictures and your posts, no, there is a function on Facebook, although I'm sure they probably never intended for people to learn about it. There is a function, if you go to your settings, where you can download every single post, picture, anything that you've ever done on Facebook. You can download it into a zip file.
Yes, sir.
Then crack that boy open. That sounded crazy, but crack that folder open and send it over to Qahal, or even if you go into Hebrew Sphere, where you can take that information, you can upload your pictures right back to this platform, all your posts, everything. So you're not leaving anything. If you happen to say, all right, I'm done with Facebook, you're not leaving anything there. You can bring everything over. It's just a zip file, couple seconds, a couple minutes, and it's a nice, cool, quick download. That's what we want. When we say we want the support, we don't want your money in that sense. We want to see brothers and sisters coming on there and flooding the timeline with truth. Now you have the opportunity to bring this, you know what I'm saying, your truth out, to bring these facts, whatever, and you don't have to worry. Listen, if you want to say the white man is Esau, whatever, you have the freedom now. You don't have to worry about Mark Zuckerberg zooming in and saying, oh no, we're shutting you down for that. No. Bring what you have to bring for the community, but bring it in righteousness.
That's
all. Support the community in that way.
There you go. It's about your contribution.
And somebody said something real quick, and I'm gonna shut up. We mentioned this already, but for the Most High Child, Shalom Ak, we are working on that live function. But like we mentioned, it's $500 a month, man. So somebody asked, what will we be doing with the dollar? That's one of the things that we can do towards that. Because to be honest with you, although me and him could take care of it without you all dollars, the $500 a month thing, you know, I don't got 500 to just be spending that month. I'm gonna be real with y'all. So that one is going to be held off just a little bit. That's one of the only functionalities, I guess, that we don't have that Facebook has. But we're working towards that for those that's wondering.
Right. We don't have it for now. At the moment, we don't have it, but that's going to be a priority, and it's going to happen one way or the other. Because again, it's being able to go live is one of the only things that Facebook has to offer that people love on that level. Mm-hmm. You need to go live. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that. So that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of, so that can be implemented, and that and so that'll leave Israel with really nothing else on Facebook to keep them there. You can come on over to Qahal. You can go over to Hebrew Sphere.
Yes,
because these are our platforms.
Yes, sir.
Ours.
So I want to say before I let y'all go, how can they contact y'all if there's any questions, concerns, or comments? How do we contact the Qahal staff?
Okay. Interestingly enough, we still have Facebook Facebook pages that are still up. Interestingly enough, for the transition, for the transition purposes or whatever like that. So I'm Chief Zebulon Balewi Hedekiah. Online, obviously, I'm sure some of the people that are on tonight, they probably might be familiar with me. But you can go to Facebook, Chief Zebulon Balewi Hedekiah. You can also, and I'm sure Shema's going to bring out his page as well. Mori Shema Yahoo, and we're going to put in the chat area, we're going to put the direct email. We can contact Qahal directly.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, I'll throw that in the chat for convenience purposes, and we hope to see you there, and we hope to see you on Hebrew Sphere as well.
Hallelujah.
Kum Yisrael, Kwam Yashala.
Awesome. All right, so man, thank you guys so much for blessing the panel and sharing that with us. I'm definitely going to sign up for y'all this weekend after the Shabbat and make sure I'm on there contributing as well. I also want you guys that are watching also follow my lead, and please go on there and sign. There's almost 200 of y'all in here. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be 1,000 people watching this video afterwards. I mean, they should have several thousand people signed up. You know what I'm saying, by next week. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. If we can come together for anything else, family, we can come together and let the secular realm know that when it comes to something as sacred as our culture, we're willing to support those and get in covenant with our own kin, our own brethren, our own family members, extended family members, and make this thing happen, because unity is a powerful thing. You know, when we see the Tower of Babel, we see that when they came into unity for something wicked, Yah had to come down and do something about it.
Yes,
Imagine if we come together in covenant for something righteous, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate the Most High and to ensure that his community is edified, encouraged, and empowered and equipped in these last days to be educated so that way we can become more of a stronger, close-knit family. How much progress we can do as a community. We should not be able to complain about so-called other Jews, right? But guess what? They're using the same culture as us and doing a better job. Why? Because they understand the purpose of unity. And we have to do the same thing and trust our brothers and sisters, all right? So with that, family, I want to thank these two brothers for coming on and sharing that. Let me get on with the show, and then I'm going to bring my brother Dante Fortson in. And then I'm also let you guys know that there's another platform as well. I want to see you guys on both. All right. Don't just pick one over the other. Some has good features, some other features. And in our community, when we have alternative options, we're able to contribute things to it so we can make it unique. So we have a tool shed in the event that we want to go and build a community and add and contribute. You got a tool shed, right? You can never build a house with just a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure you have all the tools in the shed to get the job done. If we're going to build this community and strengthen unity, we have to use all the tools that are being supplied by fellow brothers and sisters. All right. So I want to thank you guys. Oh, go ahead, Moray.
It was a question asked, and I appreciate the question. He said, I just want to know the vision 2, 5, 7 years from now.
Please break that down. And
and the vision is the same vision that Divine Prospect has been presenting on this show. We just want to, on Qahal Nation.com, just like Hebrew Sphere, I believe. Of course, our brothers are going to come on and really lay down what his platform is about. Like I said, a Black Wall Street, a cyber Black Wall Street, to where we can get information and knowledge on people that deal with, like my elder, Mor Shalim, is he's well known in the Hebrew community as far as knowing the land. A lot of us speak on land a lot, you know, and being autonomous, like Divine Prospect brings out, to try to help everybody go down that direction. So if we come to another COVID situation, we could sustain ourselves, but a lot of us don't know how to do it. So on this type of platform, I mean, we could do it on Facebook, but this specific platform, like Hebrew Spell, hopefully as well, we all could come on and we can righteously bring information in love and don't hate on one another for the information, create bonds, group economics, whatever type of marketing that comes and that's needed for the community. So 2, 5, 6, 7 years from now, one of the things that I want out of this is to be able to grow covenants from a standpoint with brothers as far as businesses coming together, building communities. And I'm not just saying that because the covenant that I'm a part of, like with my elder, we're doing that. We're building a few Goshens, you know, in Mississippi. It'll be done by next spring, helping with the one up in Atlanta. We're bringing another one in Atlanta. So we don't want to just be talkers. We want to do. And Chief has a saying, and I just want him to end with that saying, and we're done. That his teacher always says. Do you remember that saying, Chief? You know the saying I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. If I didn't remember, I would be a very bad student. Yeah, Kane, one of my elders, one of my first teachers, Chief Prince Zipporah Ben Zabulon from Shema Israel. When I was coming into this walk in 1993, he was notorious for saying this. He said that if there is anything that you find in the Hebrew community that we don't have, or how come we don't got this, or how come we don't have that, he says that's where you're supposed to shut your mouth, turn around, and go make it happen. Fact. Because if you're conceiving it, this is your calling to do it. Because if we keep saying, oh, how come we don't have this, that means we're passing it to the next person, and they're going to say the same thing. Say that again. And let me make sure that, again, this was what I received from my elder Chief Prince Zipporah Ben Zabulon from Shema Israel back in the early 90s. That if there is anything in Israel that you say, oh, how come we don't have this? Or how come we don't have that? Or how come brothers are not doing this? Or how come whatever? That is when you're supposed to stop, shut your mouth, and turn around and go find a way to make it happen. Because that's your calling now. Because if you're conceiving it, that means you've been called to make it happen. Not to pass the buck, so that 50 years from now, we're still making the same complaints. So anything, and that's one of the reasons why I started pushing this platform forward with Shema, because I was one of the people that was also complaining, like, yo, I'm sick of Facebook. I'm sick of this nonsense. The Facebook is the damn devil that the white man is just like the white man is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. We're saying all of these jokes about how evil it is. What are we doing to alleviate that problem? So I went on a hiatus. Me and Shema went on a hiatus. We kept quiet and got on this work. So please keep that in mind. Anything that you feel that the children of Israel needs, whether in the land or in the lands of the captivity, and you feel that we need this, stop right there, quiet, and let's go make it happen. Let's put this work in. Hallelujah.
Facts. All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
That's
it.
divine.
Anytime. I'm gonna drop you guys, but you guys can be active in the chat if you like. I appreciate the feedback and input. You guys are welcome anytime. This is your home now. All right. So the mat is right there for y'all. Says welcome. All right. Make sure y'all dust your feet off before you come in. Make yourselves at home. And I appreciate you two brothers for contributing to a need in the community. Right. So there should be no more excuses. Now that these brothers have said what they said, now the onus is up to y'all. All right. So I appreciate it. Moray Shema and Chief Zebulon, and we'll speak again.
No doubt. So Most High goes to glory.
Shalom. All right. All right, family. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what we got so far. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. All right. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you share this video. Hit subscribe, family. Okay. Again, there's no more excuses. All right. Y'all asked for it. Y'all complained about it. We did it. All right. And that's what we're looking at. Who's willing to put their hand to the plow? All right. Because the seeds are there. You know what I'm saying? Or the seeds are attempting to be planted, but we need people that be willing to turn the soil. Right. We need people that's be willing to nurture, you know, something once it's there to contribute to it. You know what I'm saying? Like that is our obligation and responsibility. Right. And I said, I don't mind a complaint as long as it's followed up with a solution. Right. Let's figure out how we're going to get the job done. And this is the best way that we can do it. And I'm more than happy to feature any people in the community that have something positive that's going to help build us and bring us towards autonomy. And what they're talking about is a virtual means of creating a network. And that once we get that popping, then we understand that we can come into covenant with each other to do something physical. All right. But we need a testing ground first. And this is what this is. All right. So I thank you guys for doing it. I appreciate it. And again, anybody in the chat, if you guys are interested in showcasing your business, your product, goods, service, not-for-profit organization, or something that is contributory to the growth and edification and the upliftment and the building of our community, KHM, we want to be the platform to showcase you guys so we can put you guys on a map so the community can support it and we can go right towards that finish line hand in hand together. All right. All right, family. So again, hit that thumbs up button, hit share, hit subscribe, and we're going to get it popping. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to let my brother Dante 14 get on before it's too late. I'm going to give him all the time that he needs to showcase his platform. And then from there, we're going to go into the rest of the show. All right. So again, family, thank you all for coming into covenant with us just by jumping in this chat. Now you in covenant with us. You know what I'm saying? And after this, all y'all need to sign up. Hey, and if y'all ain't got the money to do it, if you ain't got the dollar, email me, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We'll front the dollar for you. All right. We'll even match it for the next month if you want. All right. Hit us up. We'll do what we can to help because we don't want no excuses. All right. So without further ado, family, I'm going to bring my brother Dante Fortson on, the actual pastor apologetic in the building. What's going on, Dante?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, King. I'm doing good. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor. Whenever you want me to share the screen, let me know. But the floor is yours, my brother. Let the people know what else we got powerful in the community.
All right. You can share the screen right now if you want to. Some of you guys probably already know me from blackhistoryinthebible.com. But recently I launched HebrewSphere.com. I think it was last month, maybe earlier this month, late last month, earlier this month, launched HebrewSphere.com. Without getting into a ton of background, because those brothers covered it very well, it was basically the same thing. A lot of people complaining about Facebook bans, stuff being deleted. I used to get banned all the time. Anybody that follows me on Facebook knows I would disappear for 7 days, a month at a time regularly. And I just refused to create another account. So I went ahead and put together a social media platform. And this one is actually funded by my patrons. So shout out to my patrons. From day one of the goals was once I reached 150 patrons, I told them I was going to start adding social media elements to blackhistoryinthebible.com. But it was getting a little complicated with all the content on there. So it was better just to start from scratch. And I had a little bit of background knowledge in it. I've been playing with building websites and stuff since about 1997. And then I started messing with the idea of creating a social media site around 2007, but nothing really panned out. So fast forward, and here we are at Hebrew Sphere. So, Brother Ron, are you gonna? Did you want to go through and set up an account, or did you just want me to walk them through without the account?
You can walk through without the account, and then at the end, if you want, we can show them the sign up process.
Okay. So now, without an account, you won't have access to every single thing on the site, but Hebrew Sphere is free to sign up. If you do click that sign up button for me, Brother Ron, I'm just going to show them real quick that you can sign up with your social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, WordPress, Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of that stuff. If you don't want to bother with your email address, if you scroll down some, you will have a sign in box. You will have a that's the registration form right there if you don't want to use your social media accounts to sign up. But you can just get in with one click through your social media accounts. If you go back to the main page, I'm sorry, everybody, I'm not at home, so I didn't have access to my computer. So Brother Ron's helping me out with the screen share on there. All right, so if you scroll down to the left right there, you'll see the groups that we have. Now, the groups work a little different than Facebook. Anybody can't just come in and make a group. Think of Hebrew Sphere more like a town, a village, or a city, and everything is kind of mapped out. So the groups are more so useful for us. If you, let me see here, how you can navigate to the group. You're not signed in yet or signed up on there on the screen, so you can't really see the groups like that. But if you go to one of the groups, go to Hebrew Sphere Town Hall, for example. All right, so you can go to the Hebrew Sphere Town Hall. You guys can sign up for groups. So in the Hebrew Sphere Town Hall, it's more like a community project. People can suggest groups that they would like to see on the site. And what we do is there are minimum of three organizer volunteers required to open a new group. The reason for that is I didn't want any dormant groups on the platform, and it didn't seem like it made sense to have 5,000 groups talking about the same thing, and each of those groups only have a few members in them, and they're not active. So it made more sense to concentrate everything into more specific groups. If you go back to the main page for me, please. All right, if you scroll down, still on the left-hand side to discussions, as you can see right there on the timeline, people are posting. If you go down to discussions right there, the discussions are more broad topics that the entire community can participate in, just like a traditional message board system. And again, it seems like it's more productive that way to have everybody conversing on general topics than to have a whole bunch of different groups and boards based around the same topic. So everything is kind of engaging and it feels more like a community. On the right, you'll see like community bulletins and updates down. Yeah, right there, community bulletins. There's a $1,250 scavenger hunt happening right now. If you want to participate, the instructions are in the Hebrew Sphere Town Hall, and you can get the instructions on how to participate in that. One of the things you can't see are onyx coins and black diamonds. There's a tutorial for those. It's sort of like cryptocurrency, and it's only useful on HebrewSphere.com. And we're setting up the system right now so you can be able to buy digital downloads, possibly courses and other stuff going on in the very near future. Now, one of the other things I did forget to mention was groups. Now, Qahal Nation mentioned that they were having a problem with streaming. One of the things that you will see in some of the groups, the organizers have the ability to stream via Zoom. So Zoom is fully integrated into the platform. And yeah, on the community bulletin, it talks about that Zoom meeting is now available. So some of the stuff I'm not trying to build from the ground up. I'm just going to integrate existing technologies into the platform. It's more cost effective and it takes less time to do. So that's something those brothers at Qahal Nation may want to look into. And they may be able to save a little bit of money by integrating with existing technology versus trying to establish their own technology 100%. But let's see, if you go down some more on the, I believe, right-hand side, you can see different responses going on right there. You can jump into the convo. You can see who posted it. You can send messages on the platform. And let me see here. What else did I want to touch on? Oh, app. The app is coming. So we've been talking about the app on the website. The app right there is you're right at the poll. So we've been taking polls for who would support a Kickstarter app. That poll just went up yesterday. So right now, I personally am not on board with the app at this stage. Some people are, but as you can see, the poll is showing that more people than not say that they would support a Kickstarter. I think we should wait on the app, but some people believe we should move forward with the app. We just passed today, actually, over 2,000 users. Did you want to sign up, Brother Ron, or did you have an account already? Because there's other parts of the site you can access.
Yeah, I could sign up for Scratch if you want me to. I could show it.
All right, yeah, click the blue button, the sign up button.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me do it like this.
Okay.
All right. All right, let me show my screen.
And shout out to those brothers again at the Qahal Nation. I'm gonna go check that out this weekend as well, and I'm definitely gonna sign up over there and support. So you guys check that out and support. Now I know that there are people. Some people have said they had not been getting the email from the sign up. It's been iffy, but I know that for those of you who have social media and you want instant access and you don't want to wait on that email, you can click one of those icons right there and sign up. But yeah, as you can see, Brother Ron's using the form to sign up, which is pretty basic: email address, password, first name, last name, and gender.
And does it have to be one word or can it be spaced out?
One word for the username.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Okay, so it's thinking. Let's give it a second. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go confirm with my email on the back end.
All right.
All right, let's give that a second. All right, if you want, you can keep talking if you want, Dante, until I finish the process.
Okay. So there are features coming down the line, probably real soon. There is going to be a jobs board, like a whole employment section where you can put your resumes up, and jobs can list employment opportunities. For those of you who own businesses, when you sign up on Hebrew Sphere, if you go to your profile, there is a business tab where you can actually list your business information, and you get a free business listing on HebrewSphere.com just for signing up. There are other little tabs you can fill out too. And once Brother Ron confirms his registration, you'll be able to see some of the features in the profile tab. One of those is that you can search on the site. You can search for members. You can search for different business types. And you can search, it's different stuff on there you can search for, you'll see. And another one of the things we're working on is courses being integrated into there. Some people want to add different kind of teaching abilities for grade schools, for financial education, stuff like that. And that's one of the things that's coming down the line as well. So there's a lot of good updates. And again, it's free. All you have to do is just go sign up. And the reason it's free, and once again, shout out to the patrons. The patrons have made it possible by being consistently generous, and because of the patrons, we can sustain this platform for a long time to come. So if you guys do want to support, you can become a patron. All the information is on there. You can support via Cash App, PayPal. That is completely voluntary. Did you get the email yet, Brother Ron?
It seems like it's taking a second, so I'm still waiting for it to get to me. What I can do is showcase it as soon as it comes up. But if there's anything else you want to share, Dante, how can they reach you if they want to contact you or anything like that?
Okay. One of the ways that they can contact me is right here on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube page, just type in my name, Dante, Dante, Fortson, Fortson. You can always reach me on Facebook as well, blackhistoryinthebible.com, and of course, Hebrew Sphere. We're working on that email situation. Not sure what the hang up is, but the emails are iffy right now with the confirmation. But like I said, anything gone through the social network sign up process is instant access. There's no hang up, no email confirmation, none of that stuff. For those of you who want to go in that way.
Okay, no problem, no problem. All right, so I'll just wait for it to come through, and if it comes through while we are still on the show, I'll go ahead and show it. If not, what I'll do is on a future show, upcoming in the next couple of days, I'll show people it on both ends, because I want to show people that I'm signed up on Qahal, show people I'm signed on Hebrew Sphere, and navigate it to them so that way they can get familiar with it as well. All right, so all right, so if there's anything else you want to say to close out, Dante.
Well, number one, definitely got to have you on my channel coming up. I've been talking to a lot of people. I definitely want to talk to you. And whenever you get in Hebrew Sphere, let me know and I'll set up the Kingdom Harbinger Ministries group if you want one. And for anybody else, if you want a group or if you guys have any suggestions, you can come in the Hebrew Sphere, go into the town hall, and you can make your suggestions. We put it up for community consensus. If you don't have other people who want to run a group with you, we will take community volunteers. So that way we can get different groups open that benefit the community. And as the other brother said, start building our own and being self-sufficient and not relying on these other platforms that try to punish us for speaking the truth or being too pro-black.
All right, awesome. All right, well, yeah, definitely, Dante. Just inbox me, let me know when you want me on your show. We'll schedule something, and I'll definitely come through and show support, my brother. All right.
All right, thanks. And the brothers from Qahal Nation, reach out to me too. I do want to have you guys on as well. And everybody else, thanks for listening. Enjoy your Sabbath.
All right, make sure you guys hit his avatar as well. Subscribe to his channel. All right, Dante is the man. He's putting in a lot of work, man. He's been doing it for a while. That's my brother in arms in regards to Hebrew apologetics against the Christians that keep trying to encroach upon our community. And we've been defending. That brother's been doing an excellent job. All right, so you're going to support his channel, subscribe to his channels, sign up for Hebrew Sphere. And again, once they both hook me up and I'm in the system, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all my account, show you how I'm getting down on it to inspire y'all to come and join me. All right, so thank you, Dante, and I'll speak to you again, Aki. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, family. So, I wanted to make sure that, when we talk about autonomy being the end game, being self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and being able to rely on each other, this is how you're truly Kodesh. The only way you can be truly Kodesh is if you have disconnected yourself from the umbilical cord of the secular realm in such a way that you're not fully detached, because you may have to still navigate, but you're able to take resources, bring it back to your community, and build something, right? And this is the only way that whenever Yah looks down to see what we're doing, he can see that when we're not tainted from the things of the outside world, we're not restricted, we're not held back, when there's not walls up against our progress, is the only way really that he can put his hand down and bless what it is that we're doing, right? And that's one of the blessings from Devarim chapter 28, for those of you who rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be able to be blessed in the things we put our hands to. So if these brothers put their hands to create these platforms, right? They can do it, and they've done it, but they need the support. They need the contribution, right? And this is our opportunity to do it. It's 2020. All right. If you're still just solely on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and you calling yourself an Israelite, then you're missing out. OK, you're not truly about this life. You feel me? So it's all in. Let's get into covenant. Let's get this work done as a community. All right, family, because definitely we can do it. All right. We definitely can do it. All right. So with that being said, family, again, the brother shares some stuff. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just give another 30 minutes. I'll do an open panel discussion if y'all want to chat for about 30 minutes. But then after that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out. All right, we'll make this a short and sweet session. Again, I'm all about promoting our community. So again, if anybody here is interested in, like I said, if you got a business, if you got a product, a good service, not for profit, application, app, whatever that's beneficial to the community. If you got children's products, whatever it is that you may have, let us know. We're gonna bring you on the show, give you an opportunity to showcase what it is that you have, what you have going on, and be able to get it out there for the community, because we have tons of stuff, we just don't know about it. All right, so we want to create that network and be able to bring the community together, so that way we can support our own. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in there in case y'all are interested. Shout out to Strong Island, keep it a buck, for the donation. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. The link is there in the chat. All right. Thank you guys for behaving in the chat. All right. And showing your support, man. Like I said, this is going to be wonderful, man. I can't wait until we get hundreds and thousands of people up on this platform, man, to compete with these other social media platforms, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do my job to get in touch with some celebrities that I know that identify as Israel, for them to actually showcase this on their social media for other people to see as well. All right. Especially a lot of brothers that have been reached out to me. Y'all probably didn't notice. And I can't say no names. I got to wait till they're comfortable first, right? Where there's people in our community where they do come out with the truth. And these are celebrities that have reached out to me, and I want to be able to put out with them the alternative so they can come on these platforms and grace it. All right. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. All right. And try to get these celebrities to support these platforms so they have an opportunity to put their voice out there and get it to the people who really will appreciate what they have to say. Okay, because we want to also protect the celebrities in our community that identify like we do, so that they won't be out there on the front line taking all the brunt and the heat, where they can continue to operate behind the scenes and be able to promote these different things that we're doing in the community, so that they won't come under fire. All right. All right, family. So hopefully that helps. Shout out to my brother, the Black Carib, and congratulations, my brother. We got to talk offline sometime this weekend before Monday, because I want to holler at you. All right. It's my brother right there, the Black Carib. Congratulations, my brother, on your wedding. All right. All right. So the link is there. If y'all want to click on the link is there. If you guys want to support what we're doing here, you can just look at the stream right there on the bottom. Gives you the support information as well as email if you want to contact us. All right. So I'm gonna jump it one more time. Anybody can jump in. Let's wrap for about 30 minutes and I'm gonna close out the show. We're gonna have an early show today. However, I'm gonna go live again for you guys soon, because I have some other stuff I want to bring out and share with y'all. Tonight was just me allowing those brothers to come on and doing a thing, and just giving you guys some updates, and then open up the panel for you guys to talk, ask some questions, make some comments or whatnot. All right. So I got 2 people already. Again, the link is there. If you don't want to join in, let me go ahead and open it up real quick. About 30 minutes. All right. So Vernon, you there?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hey, good brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, King. How you doing?
Hey, I'm just calling in to say, keep up. You hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just calling in to say, man, I'm watching you, man. I'm watching you on this team, man. Every day, man, I'm watching you, and I see you on different things. I love what you're doing, brother. Keep up the good work, man. It ain't gonna take me long to keep saying it, brother. But you are a very intelligent brother, man, and I love what you're doing, man.
Awesome, man. I thank you so much, Vernon, man. You are a respected elder. And if you say that, I know I'm on the right track, man. Thank you so much.
And understand this, and I support you, brother, and I support you, man, financially, physically, spiritually, in all them ways, bro, man. Look at, bro, keep that right understanding, keep your understanding, keep that right understanding which the Spirit breathed to give you. Man, keep doing that good work, man. You on the right foot.
All praise to the Most High. And if there's anything I could do to help you out, Elder, you let me know as well. All right. So it's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street.
I know it, but listen to this. I'm gonna tell you, and I'm glad you said that, see, because that's the Spirit. See, the Spirit, when the last time you told me that, the Spirit told me to tell you, look here, God got me. But you know what then at the time when the Spirit told me that, he also told me afterwards too that you got me too, because you gonna give me with that information that I need you to see to succeed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you so much, man. That's beautiful, man. You made my night. I thank you so much, Vernon. Every time you coming on here, man, you're so positive, man, full of energy. You know, when I get your age, man, I gotta try to compete with that. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I want to be equally as energetic.
I'm 62 years old, brother, but I can still learn something. You know what I'm saying? I know how to try to get to the well.
Yeah, that's a blessing, man.
It's more than one way. It's more than one way to get to the well, but it's other ways you got to go about doing it. You dig?
Yes. I received that, Elder. I received that. Thank you so much, man. So,
I love
yeah,
you,
man, I want to be just like you when I grow up, literally.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, when I get to the Golden Gates, brother, I want to know what you know, and even more so.
And vice versa, man. I'm always in student mode all the time, man. And anytime elders speak, I just close my mouth and just open myself up like a sponge, man. So I thank you so much, Vernon. And you welcome anytime on this platform, my brother. And like I said, if you need anything, just email me and we're here for you. Okay, Elder?
Bless you, bro.
Anytime, King.
Sell.
All right, shalom. That's Vernon Mickey right there, man. Good peoples, man. Always coming through, man, like an OG, just like what they saying in there. So just like an OG coming through, man, and showing support, man. I appreciate that elder so much, man. And you know, he never comes in a divisive position, and y'all don't even know what his worldview is, man. That brother just shows love. He's objective, and he has a good heart, man. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the elders, and if the elders telling me and give me their blessings that I'm on the right track, that's fine. And you know, the good thing about real good elders, man, they check you behind the scenes, man, first. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, brother this and brother that. And that's what I respect about a good elder, because that's how I check people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get them behind the scenes. And my thing is, you know, if you check somebody behind the scenes and they receive it and then they make the change, then that's the most effective way. Because if you have to resort to doing it publicly, that means the person didn't even adhere you the first time is going to be a conflict or confrontation or back and forth. It's not even worth it. Right. So when we check our brothers and sisters, let's make an effort to do it behind the scenes first, just to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that they're willing to hear us. Because even if you check it publicly, that's not going to mean they're going to change specifically because they didn't hear you initially. Right. Let's take those steps. Do it first with them. If they don't hear you, get another 2 or 3. And if they don't hear you from there, just dust your feet off and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? But you did your part. All right. And like I said, it's mostly the egregore or the thought form that causes people to think the way they think and do the things that they do. And we have the obligation, once we understand that, you know, to put our foot in the right direction, kind of align them so that what they need to go, give them the tools for that journey and then walk off. It's their job to be, you know, adults with that. All right. So next up, I got my brother Jay Humble. What's going on, Jay? Tell them about the music, yo. Jay, unmute your mic. You there, Jay? I just unmuted your mic for you. Oh. Yeah, see if you can unmute your mic, Jay.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, my brother. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Shalom, Moray. Shalom.
Shalom, King. Shalom. What's going on, man? Tell us about that music, man.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate the shout out. Yeah, I make music. I have you can check out my YouTube channel, j.humble. I was getting on one just to tell you I appreciate, you know, I tell you all the time, I appreciate your teachings. I've learned a lot, grown a lot in the spirit since, you know, listening to your channel, listening to your teachings. This is the first time I'm actually speaking, so you know, it's cool, man. It's cool. But I had a question though. I don't know if you were taking questions. I didn't get a chance to see. I had a question. I
got you.
saw
Go ahead, shoot.
on the discussion before, I think it was G-Con. He had brought something up, and I was talking to with a few of my guys, and he basically, it was about, you know, the kingdom to come. So we was discussing it because, you know, in Isaiah 14, the prophecy that says about the nation being in servitude and Israel being restored and, you know, put in a priestly kingdom type of stance once the Messiah returns and, you know, establishes his kingdom. He brought up a point about the Melchizedek order, right? You know, Gentiles also being priests and kings because they're going through the line of Melchizedek, the priesthood of Melchizedek, and that's what Yeshua established. Well, David was in it, but then Yeshua established the Melchizedek order, and that Gentiles would, well, G-Con was saying that the Gentiles would be able to become priestly kings through that order as far as in Revelations, because, you know, I don't have a clear view understanding of this, and some of my bros, some of the guys I'm with, they hold to the stance that the kingdom is over everybody. You know, some of us are divided on it. Some of them, they say, you know, everybody's going to be seated on that throne with Christ. Like this verse in Revelations, I can't remember what it says, but it says seated on the throne with the Messiah, basically. Right. So they're like, we're all going to be, he's saying that everybody who's in Christ is going to be seated on that throne. So I just wanted to know if you could give some clarification. Again, I appreciate you shouting me out. Y'all can check out my music on all streaming platforms, and I'm on YouTube. And I appreciate you, Maury, all your patience for it. I think you muted. I can't really hear you.
My bad. There you go. I said, all right, I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you so much. I said, what I'm going to do is once I hear that music, man, I'm going to bump it, you know what I'm saying, and promote it and make sure that people get on board, man. This guy's a great artist, man. And again, once we get the music group up and running, I'm going to have to sign you. So I just want to let you know in advance, all right? I got to sign you to the label, man.
Oh, yeah. That's the most, everything I'm doing, you know, not to go up top, it was actually earlier too. They was like, all you do is gospel music. I didn't even really consider what I did gospel. I was like, you know, I'm just rapping, but I'm always putting the Most High first, and that's a main component of my life. So it's gonna be in the music regardless. So you know, if you're doing that, everything that's coming out of my mouth is all praise, glory, and unto the Most High, man. So I'm definitely on board with that.
Awesome. All right, my brother. I thank you so much for that. I'm gonna drop you, and I'm gonna give a quick summary to the question you asked, but also I have a video on the screen. Let me go ahead and remove that. It's called Capital Punishment: Human Sacrifice for the Atonement of Sin in the Bible. Did you see that lecture yet?
I feel like I have. I saw it probably like a year back. I think that's when you mentioned that is that where you mentioned that all sin didn't receive the same punishment?
Oh, that was the lecture
video.
Yeah, that was the one before this one. This one goes into that in more detail, and I go into the
I may not have seen this one.
Yeah, it's all good. I go into the order of Melchizedek in this one as well in detail. So go and check it out because this helps to answer some of your question. But I think the main question you ask is the order of Melchizedek and bringing in Gentiles to sit on the throne along with Israel to rule, reign, and judge and be the priest in the end times. And I think you want me to comment whether or not that is true or false, right?
Yeah. If you can leave a link of that video in the chat, and then I'm gonna click it and check it out after this.
Yeah, I got
but
you.
Yeah, that's primarily it. I really want to know if because I don't like the servitude aspect of it, us being saved, and like I try to visualize it, and how I visualize it is you know, we're in high positions within, you know, receive their reward, will be in a high position, who much is given, much expected. So if you lived out what you were supposed to, walk it out, following, you know, teachings that the Most High given us, following His laws, statutes, His commandments, you know, and believing, of course, the whole. So if you live that out, then you'll be established somebody from another nation cleaved onto a Israelite like the Messiah, and they genuinely believed in their, and they lived by whatever the case. What what is the difference as far as your own opinion, and as far as how does that look like for like those who are ethnically
Gotcha.
Israelites and no nation? What does that look like?
Okay, cool. All right, no problem, man. I appreciate that. Jay, I'm gonna try to give a summary and then point y'all back to this lecture to go check it out. And then I'll probably do a separate session on it. Matter of fact, I mean, if any of those brothers who holds that position wants to do a debate, I could set it up and have a discussion with them, so you can get the word out to them and see if any of them want to debate this subject matter. And that way we can also bring more clarity to the community on it. So put the word out to them, see if they want to have a discussion debate. And then, we can go more further into it with that. But I'll go ahead and summarize for you real quick, okay? All right, I think the brother. Okay, cool. All right. Shalom, Aki. Shalom. Yeah, his mic was breaking up a little bit, but I understood what he's saying. So pretty much what he's asking me is, the order of Melchizedek. He wants to know, is the order of Melchizedek also open for Gentiles to have a priestly position to rule, reign, and judge in the end times? All right. And like I tell people all the time, there's been a hierarchy established, when we look at the text. Okay. And mostly it's the nations that have oppressed Israel, that those nations will be serving Israel. Okay. Outside of the kingdom. And then the grafted or the clinging Gentiles will be serving Israel within the kingdom. Okay. So if there's a way to circumvent, which of course they're going to try to circumvent everything, circumvent a way to say, no, we're not going to go do that route. We're going to get in this order of Melchizedek, and with the order of Melchizedek, we're going to go. But what is the order of Melchizedek? Okay. Well, what is this new order? Do we have anything where it's actually saying that, okay, Gentiles are going to sit on these thrones, rule and reign? People say, yeah, they're going to judge angels and judge this. And I said, yes, by proxy of who they're connected to in the kingdom. They're going to assist with those roles and jobs. Just like if you go and look at the priesthood, there was one high priest, but there was other priests, and priests was also there based on their function, their position. All right. Some people, the priests only dealt with the shewbread. Some priests dealt with, looking over the washings and the mikvah. Some did the sacrificial lambs and other sacrifices. Some did, they had different roles. Okay. Some are more tenured than others. Some are more mature than others. Some even served others and assisted others. All right. So again, there's going to be Gentiles that's going to cleave unto Israel, that's going to be linked up to Israel. There's going to be priests and Levites reestablished, which we read into the scriptures. And then by proxy of that, they will also be helping and serving other nations outside of the kingdom that are going to be surrounding Israel, and they have to yield down to the Most High when he establishes the throne in the earth. So yes, if they want to cling on that way and say, yeah, I'm in the kingdom and doing this, okay, by proxy of who has the main role, you're assisting them. So therefore, yeah, you could be a priest. Yeah, you can help judge. Yeah, you can help do these things. So, I mean, that's the best way to lay it out. However, if anybody wants to come on here and have a discussion on it, we can definitely do that. It's not a problem. All right, it's not a problem. But yeah, go back and check out that lecture. The links are in the chat. And let me know what your thoughts on that, my brother Jay. All right. All right, let me get to the next couple of people that's on the panel real quick. And then I see Bo knows nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, Bo's other channel. That brother's on here, and he probably wants to have a debate because he's talking crazy in the chat like he always do. So I'm gonna give him an opportunity tonight. I'm gonna give him part 2, and after this, you're not gonna get no more discussion from me, my brother. All right, you're just gonna have to stop trolling. We're gonna block every channel you do, and there's not gonna be no line of communication. All right, so I'm gonna give you an opportunity to voice whatever your concern is. All right, you talking about Hebrew and ancient Hebrew this and ancient Hebrew that. Okay, whatever you want to talk about, I'm gonna give you a little bit of time to talk about. Let me get through the other guests, and then me and you can rap for a little bit, and then I'm closing off the session. All right, so next person up is Yuda Israel. Yuda Israel, you got the floor. You can make a comment, ask a question, make a statement, whatever you want to do, my brother. The floor is yours.
Salama, bro. I just wanted to come on here and just let y'all know that when I seen this post up, I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know I'm happy for y'all, man. And, I'm praying that everything that y'all striving to do, that the Father would bless it in every way. And I was praying against a lot of spiritual forces that been coming against us, praying for the Father to make a way, you know. So when I seen y'all come up, it's just like an answer to my prayer. So, you know, and I've been listening to Dante and also Teo Ministries, and I like to stay in the background, but sometimes I might pop up to try to give, you know, show y'all some love. So that's it. And I ain't gonna talk about what I do for my career or whatever. If it's good, y'all will see it. But it's for the bride. So, you know, bless you, brother.
Oh, anytime, King. I appreciate that, my brother Yuda, man. How can the people reach out to if they want to holler at you?
If if I go on the site, I'll probably be on there on your website next month, because I can't get on it right now, but I'll be on there next month. I know what you were saying about giving and all that, but I don't want to receive all the time. I like to give, and y'all been giving a lot of free ministry. I saw y'all, because even when I was still in that church mindset, probably worse than a lot of these ministers that, you know, I try to turn to the truth. I look at myself and I seen y'all out on the street. You probably went out there with the dudes I was watching, but you know, out of all the risk and the things they took, and as I see how I get messed with now, it make me just respect y'all a whole lot more. You know what I mean? Because look, I ain't getting that same respect that I wasn't getting. So I guess it's just like the double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's all good, but my brother, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? We got your back. If you need to reach out to me, my email address is kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. You know, if you have any questions, concerns, need assistance with anything, just let me know. And we'll protect you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We got your back. You're in a brotherhood right now. You just walk right into the family. So we ain't gonna let you go. And if you need us, we here. All right. So never think that you have to do anything alone. You know what I'm saying? You just got, just reach out and say, yo, my brother, my sister, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got me. And we're gonna be like, yeah, we got you. All right.
One more request that I got for y'all. I want y'all to keep this brother. I don't know what this man been going through. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but I'm pretty sure some people know what his name is. But I think he from the southern tribe or the northern tribe, because I'm not really sure about the Chaluba or the Luba. But keep him in prayer, because at first when I met him, a lot of people said when they met this brother, he was on point. And then somewhere down the road, he kind of got off. And I know y'all ain't got to know him by name, but since I'm bringing this to you, the Father know who he is. So I just want y'all to keep him in prayer. He know who he is.
All right, cool. We got you, my brother. Thank you so much for that, and for putting others before yourself, my brother. And the Most High is going to take you far. And again, you ain't got to travel the journey alone. We got you. All right.
All right, salam.
All right, salam to you, King. All right, cool. All right, let's move down the line. I see Bo knows nothing. I'm sorry, Bo's other channel. He dropped off. He says I don't know nothing, but he just dropped off. Where you at, Bo? Why'd you drop off? Where'd you go? We want to hear what you got to say. I'm giving you an opportunity right now, Bo. Come on, Bo. Stop. Don't do this, man. All right. Next up is my brother Lav Judah. What's going on, King? You got the floor.
Shalom, everybody. What's going on, brother Divine?
I'm doing good, King. I'm doing good, man. It's the brother I met out there in Norfolk, man. Good peoples, man. Go ahead, brother. You got the floor.
Yes, I just want to get right to the point. So I'm curious your position on the new moons. A lot of brothers in the Hebrew community, they regard the new moons as a Sabbath, day you cease from your labors. So I was curious your position. Do you regard every new moon as a Sabbath outside of the blowing of trumpets?
That's an excellent question. I mean, it could be reserved as such. I do it like kind of like indirectly as a Sabbath, but that was something that was customary in ancient Israel. So yes, when the new moon did come in, they would treat it like a smaller hag, right? A smaller feast. It wasn't like the Feast of Trumpets, because that ushered in the second half of the year. But it was also like a small little set aside time where people wouldn't work and they would eat a little bit more than they typically would, because that always meant that the actual time is renewing, right? Anytime the new moon phase came in, it would be them acknowledging that the Creator is keeping his covenant with Israel. Right. He said he will continue to be with Israel as long as the sun, stars, moons are still there in the sky. He would continue to have covenant with Israel. Right. So it was a reminder to them every time the moon refreshed that Yah is still working. You know what I'm saying? And that it's a covenant that they will continue to have with them. So it's almost like a sign. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when those days come in, I do less work than I typically would do. You know what I'm saying? Do I hold as customary as the Shabbat? No. But can it be done that way? Yes, because that's what was done in ancient Israel. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. So on that same point, not to take up too much time,
all right.
I've been doing a little research on this topic, and as far as I can recall, there were 2 days that Israel regarded as Sabbaths. What they regarded the new moon. So it was a new moon. I believe the word is Kodesh,
Correct.
and then it was a word Shabbat, which was the full moon, festival. And that was, according to my research, right, was replaced. That the term Shabbat was replaced by the 7-day Sabbath in post Second Temple Judaism. So
That's great. That's excellent that you said that, man. That unpacks another totally great discussion. You be studying, man. You don't play.
I'm just trying to make sure we walk in circumspect,
Facts. So, I mean, that's a great point. I actually have a book that I put out. I'm gonna share it with you too, so you can take a look at it, where it shows the transition of the reckoning of time in regards to festivals, the Sabbaths, new moons, and feast. And it goes over it from the transition of time from pre-exilic time to post-exilic times, and as well as look at other calendars and antiquity. You know what I'm saying? So if you want, just shoot me an email as soon as you drop off, and let me send those books over to you if you don't already have them, because I put some up on the Patreon. I know you on the Patreon, and I'll just send several of those books your way so you can look at it, because these books are very eye-opening because it touches on some of what you said.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're on the right page. I just want to make sure you have the right tools to do your research, and then you can build further from there. All right.
Kind. All right, bro. I got you. I appreciate you, your channel, brother. Everything doing for the culture. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. Shalom, everybody.
Shalom. That's my brother right there from VA, man. That's good peoples right there, man. He showed love when I came out there to Norfolk, man, and hopefully he'll be at the DMV event as well. He said he would. That's a brother Live right there, Live VL. Good peoples right there, man. All right, so my brother, oh man, Ezekiel Ben Yakub in the building, man. What's going on, King? Wait, let me unmute you. I can't hear you. There you go. Go ahead.
What's up with you, King? Shalom.
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm just in the excuse the mess in the back. We building a t-shirt print shop back here.
Nice.
Crazy moving things around. You got the conveyor dryer in the back, and my computer monitor is super high up on this mount. I gotta bring it down. But first of all,
tell people about your t-shirts, man. You do t-shirts design, and this is the guy that did the illustrations for the calendar.
Right. This thing is crazy. See. Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I am, first of all, by trade, a graphic designer, and the good brother and Moray DivineProspect employed me to work on the illustrations for the calendar for the Moedim, which was a pleasure, and it was hard labor, man. Put in work, but it was a labor of love for the community, and I was honored to do it. I put a lot of passion into it, and hopefully it serves its purpose. I have had the opportunity to look at the calendar when it was all put together, and I love that it was a cohesive project that people worked on it that I haven't even met, but I feel like that's the way the kingdom is supposed to operate. That was just dope to me. As far as the t-shirts, it's called a t-shirt plug. You can follow us on Instagram. Excuse me, T_shirt plug on Instagram, and you can DM us and get a quote on custom printed shirts, and we will mail them out to you. Also, if you are looking to start your own t-shirt brand, we are here for consultation as well as help with custom designs. And you could basically use us as a print on demand shop. We have direct to garment printing. So if you have an idea, for example, if you have an idea of, something Hebrew that you want to go on a shirt, you can hit us up, ask us what the pricing is like. And basically we will send them out to your customers with your branding on it. So it looks like it comes straight from your store. So you can hit us up for that. My passion really for us, is to work on our branding. And Rabbi Bezo Akwete talks about rebranding Africa. And excuse me, I got something in my throat. But that to me is huge to us. Because a lot of times in the community, as someone with a branding background, Shalom speak on it. That's my people's right there. A lot of people with a branding, coming from a branding background, a lot of our people, when we start our own businesses, we haven't been educated on branding. And there's things that we're not cognizant of when we start out. We just want to get this product out there. We want to do something better. We want to move this thing, whether it be like we got soaps, we sell coffee, we sell, whatever the case may be. We aren't always thinking about branding and what exactly that means. What is the difference between a DIY hand-drawn logo and you putting that up, and then when you go into Target or Walmart and you see a brand, what is it about that brand that makes you feel okay and at peace with snatching that off the shelf? Because a lot of times our community, we're pushing soaps and lotions and oils that are way better for us than Dove. But what is it about Dove and Irish Spring that when we look at it, we trust those brands? Well, it's because of the packaging. It's because of the branding. It looks like it was made with professionalism. And a lot of it is, a lot of that stuff is killing us. It's killing our community. We put in different chemicals in our scalp. It's close to our brain and it's permeating. But most of our community would rather buy something like that than buy from one another. And a lot of it has to do with our branding. So a big passion of mine and ours here at T-Shirt Plug, and what I do as a graphic designer is to help our community to be serious about our branding so that it looks tight and it looks like something we could just take all that stuff and put it on a shelf in the major retail. That's what we call it, retail ready. Your stuff should be retail ready. There's no reason why we call ourselves the chosen people, but our products and our services look lackluster. There's no reason for that. So that's basically what that's all about. Maybe go into an elevator speech more, right?
That's all good. How can the people contact you, man? Do you do consultations for this?
I do consultations. Really, the umbrella company is called Epiphania Creative, but right now we're hyper focused on the T-shirt plug, just because we find that printing T-shirts is so big and wide spreading, has such a big reach that we can do the other services as almost satellite services. So all you have to do is if you're on Instagram, you can reach out to us, T_shirt plug. Let me put it in the chat real quick. T_shirt plug. Right on IG. And you can inbox us. We also have a website. You can come through the website, www.tshirtplug.shop. And you can check us out there.
All right, there we go.
And but yeah, I did have a question though, if there's time to ask that.
Yeah, I'll take one question, no problem, because we got a couple more people on there, so it's no problem.
All right, bet. I'm not sure if you did. I guess you could share the screen or the link if you did, but I did see your playlist of videos. I think it's 3 videos highlighting this. I don't even know what to call it. This disaster that has occurred with our brother Nick Cannon.
Mm.
What are your thoughts, and what
Mhm.
do we do? Because this seems to have been a new phenomenon. It seems like right after everything with George Floyd hit, and globally there seemed to be this solidarity. It almost seems like the Jewish community came right back in, like, watch yourselves. Y'all getting too big for your britches. You can be great in this arena, but don't step in our arena.
Mhm.
And it's almost like they try to put us in a foothold. And that whole thing with the brother Nick Cannon, it seemed very dominant. It was disturbing to me, the conversation he had with the Jewish gentleman on there, because it seemed like he took a position of running the show.
Mm.
Which I was very uncomfortable with, the way he would say, now, we'll get to that in a moment. And we're going to, on what was supposed to be Nick's show. So my question is, what do you say to all of that? What is your overall thoughts on all of that? And if you're going to put out something on that, you don't have to say it now.
Yeah.
That's one. And two, what are your thoughts on their, it seems like this brand new phenomenon that suddenly the Black people of America we're all of a sudden crazed anti-Semitic lunatics. It's just fun. It's really funny to me personally, but I just want to know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. All right. So I appreciate my brother Ezekiel. So stay in the chat, be active in the chat. I'll put your thing up on the screen so people can come and check you out and patronize you. I also look forward to seeing you on Qahal and Hebrew Sphere as well. All right. So you can sign up and show support. And I want to make sure the community supports what you got going on, because you've been doing the t-shirt thing for a minute, man. And I think more people need to be exposed to what you're doing, because that piece you said on branding is critical. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's even difficult for us to get a foothold publicly, because we're not even branding our position, right? So the professionalism is lacking. A lot of times we're just spewing whatever comes to mind, and we're not fact checking things, and we have not structured and organized a PR response, right? That goes right for the gut, but then at the same time brushes off the person's shoulders after we give them a nice friendly punch in the stomach. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be balanced sternness with being tactful. You know what I'm saying? And that's why brands are so successful, is because they have a whole PR team, right? They deal with damage control. Right, they deal with how advertising works, the psychology of the people who buy and cater to the brand, and we don't have that in regards to our community. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole bunch of people doing free for alls, whatever they want to say, whatever they want to do. And this is why when we present things on the center stage, it looks bad. It looks incohesive, incoherent, and it just doesn't look, like somebody put thought into presenting it. Right. So with the Nick Cannon thing, I had mentioned that before. I've talked about it briefly before in the past. But what I said was the problem with the Nick Cannon situation is that he didn't present it as a finely tuned package. Right. He didn't put a lot of thought in it. He was just freestyling things that was on his mind with Professor Griff. Now, remind you, this was recorded last year, and he even put out a couple of snippets of the discussion last year, but nothing transpired into this year. And I think the problem is a lot of the things that, he was saying, I don't agree with some of the things he's saying. Some things I do agree with. The only problem is the way he presented it just wasn't, it was sloppy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he did it to be a presentation. He was just having a dynamic discussion with Professor Griff. But the problem is when you're a point of interest, a person of interest, right, with that much value, with that much influence, it's difficult for you to just say anything. That's just the world we live in, unless you have some other kind of platform where you can voice these things and not have any blowback. But you got to be careful what you say. And it seems like his PR team should have coached him and say, look, there's ways you can put out this truth while being like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you are extremely invaluable to your community. And now my thing is, he didn't even bring nobody Black on to talk about issues in the Black community since then. It's like he's catering to the Jews. He's catering. He had even a Catholic on there recently. I don't know if you've seen it. But then he just recently brought Kanye on. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye's talking. But my thing is, these are not people that's no real activists putting in work in the community. That's tactful and can kind of convey our concerns and the things that, like, he's not bringing those type of astute people on the platform to really represent our brand, quote unquote, what we're about, what we stand on, and pretty much what our message is to the world. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people like him should not be on the forefront putting information out like that. They support other people behind the scenes to be their voice or their appendage or their extension to bring these things out in society, and then they can fund it. You know what I'm saying? They can support it, right? They can promote it. They don't always have to be the mouthpiece simply because they just have some thoughts and they just want to give it to the world. I don't think it was just properly packaged. And I think that, unfortunately, because of his stature and his standing in the secular realm, it's very difficult for him to have that quote unquote freedom of speech and be able to say things without coming to attack. It's just unfortunate that's not going to happen, you know. And this has been the key with all Black leaders in our community. You know what I'm saying? They have to be very tactful on what they say, and they have to move stronger than the things that they say publicly. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So that's my brief explanation on that in regards to the Nick Cannon situation. And I think going forward, he should be able to find people in the community who is not really reckless in regards to conveying things that sentiments that he already shares, but can find a way to package it and be able to present it in a way where it's stern, but at the same time tactful and diplomatic, where the people can get it and they can understand it and they can receive it. And it's so powerful, they won't even know what hit them. You know what I'm saying? When they can see the punch and feel the punch, that's different, because then they're going to respond back. But if they get knocked out without even seeing it, because you're so graceful with it, and that's the problem. We don't know about grace and tact and diplomacy. That's the best move that you can move on the chessboard. All right. Because you got to remember, chess is not about, you know, the offensive, it's the defensive. It's the strategies you move or how you allow your opponent to move. You have to control how your opponent moves. And if you know how they play, then you know how to respond. Right. And you do it proactively. So that's my position on that. And that's why I said I try to capture those videos so that way we have a place where we can see it, critique it, give our comments and stuff on it. But I think that he should move a little better than just trying to do all this damage control, but actually bring out astute people in the Black community who are real activists that can actually speak on, you know, the values that he's trying to convey and the injustices that he sees that is happening, and be able to give something coherent to the community. So that way, when it's received, it can make a bigger impact. So that's my position on that in short. All right. So I appreciate you for coming on, my brother. Let me get to the other people on the panel, and you're welcome anytime, King. All right. All right. Shalom, King. That's my brother right there, man. I'm glad he jumped on. I was happy to see his face and him giving some feedback and input. I appreciate that. All right, let me bring the next person on. I see Bo jump back on, so that's great. That's good. All right, so Merkaba Marketing, you are on. What's going on, King?
Yes, sir. Peace, Aki. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Man, I'm out here the RDU, so it may get a little loud because, you know what I'm saying, like we're next to the airport and all that.
It's all good.
Man, it's amazing. Like, you've been a great inspiration to me. And there's some things that I would like to you know, talk to you about. And it's nothing bad, or, you know what I'm saying, I agree with you with a lot of things. Some things that I really need, you know, validation on. There was just some things that I just been, you know, studying and doing my own studies, and just have to be concrete with everything, you know. And love your aspect on covenant. You know, I feel like everybody don't really understand. People don't have the insight to covenant. They claim it. But my question is, right? Because I have a whole lot to say, bro. And like, I've been wanting to get with you, but you know, I've been busy on my end and so forth. So let me make this quick. My question that I would like to ask you, if you could, for you to break this down, in my studies, you have Old Testament, New Testament, and of course we deal with the Brit, you know what I'm saying, Katisha, right? So the deal is with that is the New Testament a New Testament book, or is that just some writings? Because on my end, from what I see, it is not the set apart scriptures. Although it is writing and it may contain those things, but going into and seeing how prophecies are laid down inside of the so-called New Testament, right? Why would people follow, especially considering the dates when these writings was written? It's a major gap. And then you have a lot of evidence inside of what is so-called New Testament that is pointing back to Tanakh. Like things that would say like it is evident or it is written. So there's a little key words inside of that that would lead people back to. And for the New Testament is different from a renewed covenant. So there is a discrepancy there between the words of testament and covenant, because that's two different formalities, or if you want to say two different processes. They're nothing of alike with two separate natures. And to have a New Testament and to have a renewed covenant is totally different as far as qualifications is concerned, right? And I just want to make sure that my question is pinpoint accurate. And what I'm saying is for you to break down the differences of a testament and a covenant and why the New Testament scriptures, so-called New Testament scriptures, doesn't actually deal with let me get this right. How the New Testament itself, the word, the frame, New Testament, isn't actually what is inside us. Because in my recent studies, New Testament isn't on the pages, or so-called New Testament isn't on the pages, but it's within us. So most people, they flock to New Testament, they teach and they preach and they get happy and everything. But then out of all of that, it's still within the being. You can't find that on the pages. So I don't know if I'm clear or not. If you could really hear, I'm pretty sure you hear me, but I would like for you to break that down, because other people, because in my studies, I found that what is so-called New Testament isn't on the pages, or what people think, like, do away with the old, we have a new thing. But then that so-called New Testament isn't on the pages of what they seek. It is within them. So if you could break that down and just let me know how to exit out, I guess, because it's my first time on here. Do I hit leave so you can break it down and get somebody else on?
I got you. I'll take care of it. But I appreciate that, Macabre. I understand your point. I'm going to respond to it. Also, I do have a playlist that is on this channel you can check out, where I explain some things in depth in regards to what is called the New Testament. And hopefully that could bring some clarity in regards to that. Some of the stuff you're saying, I agree with. Some stuff you're saying, I think it just needs more expounding. So that way you can kind of get a grip on what my position is, at least.
Yeah, but I would like to sit down with you and further, in discussion with that. So I'm just trying to be quick right now and just get a thought out, or half a thought, just for you to expound on.
Cool. No problem. So after this, shoot me an email. You have my email address? Is there on the screen? Shoot me an email.
Sir, I got you.
We could set up a one-on-one consultation, and we could just rap back and forth on it. All right.
That's cool.
All right, I got you, King. All right, shalom. So let me answer that question for him. So the first thing is the categorization of the manuscripts we find that makes up what's called the New Testament was done after the fact. All right. The individuals that were in the text did not call what they were writing the New Testament. All right. So we got to first just establish that. All right. So obviously somebody gave that nomenclature to those codices and said, okay, this is what this is. All right. That's the first thing. The second thing is there is a cohesive thread between what it is that we see in what's called the New Testament and the Tanakh. The Tanakh itself, or Torah initially, is the foundation, and the Nevi'im and Ketubim are expansions of that foundation, right? So I tell people all the time, when you're reading the Brit Hadashah, the so-called New Testament, you have to align it with what you see in the Tanakh. And also there's intertestamental period writings, all right? And then there's contemporary writings to the intertestamental work and the Brit Hadashah, which we get in the form of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Scrolls are not just, components of what we find in the Tanakh. It's also extra biblical components in regards to the beliefs of the community, the Ahad community, and the things that they believed in, the protocols that they kept in, the culture of that community, and how initiates are treated and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at these things as a holistic whole. And this is why my position is more rooted in a historical, concrete perspective in regard to what's called the Brit Hadashah. We have to understand why it was put together, right, later on, as far as books are compiled, but we also got to see its cohesiveness with the Tanakh. And I think that the way it's presented now, it seems like it's not cohesive with the Tanakh. You know what I'm saying? So that creates a problem. So there's several references that I referred on this channel before to get people involved. One of the books I recommended was the Halakha of Yeshua, right? And that book goes into detail in regards to what Halakha is, and it goes into detail in regards to Yeshua. So now there's two types of midrash, right? You have your midrash agadah, you got the midrash halakha. And these two types of midrash is how you interpret, the principles, right, for the narrative and how to interpret it and apply it. And then the halakha is the legal aspects, the parts that are implicit that you have to make explicit to deal with the formalities of how do we carry out the statute, laws, and commandments in our community. So you have to first understand that when Yeshua was on the scene as a Nabi, as a prophet, or as a rabbi, or as a more, as a teacher, what angle he took and why he took that angle, right? You got to look at the contemporary groups at that time that could have been influential to his movement, him, etc. And then you got to look at what he came to do for Israel. Everything is in alignment with what we see in the Tanakh. But you have to be able to look at it from that objective light as opposed to what you've been given from Judeo-Christianity. All right. Now, the other book I recommended was the New Testament really written in Greek. I also gave that resource as a recommendation to go through and look. And you'll see that a lot of euphemisms, a lot of idioms, a lot of literary devices, a lot of phraseology and semantics are fixed when you're able to see things from a Semitic language, which Syriac is, Middle Aramaic, a Semitic language, and you'll be able to see and understand the Aramaisms that's littered in the so-called New Testament, okay? All of these things are extremely important because you can't even begin to form an opinion about it unless you see a lot of the background information, right, that inspired what's contained into it, right? But again, Torah culture is always the foundation. I'm a big fan of pre-Israelite culture, right? And that stems from what we get from the Torah, the Nevi'im, the prophets, and the Ketubim, the writings are also the foundation, and to examine the intertestamental period. If you don't know about the intertestamental period, you're going to miss what happens because you can't just open up Metiyahu and expect to know what's going on if you don't understand the history before then and all the writings that preceded it. I did a whole lecture. It's called The Patriarchal Priesthood in the Bible Unveiled. Check that out, where I show these connections, right? And again, this is a complete understanding. You have to be able to see this thing from the lens of the Tanakh and the natives that were there and the groups that kept the law and understood the Tanakh and still saw him as a Messiah type figure. All of these things is important because when you see this through this lens, it starts to make more sense, right? And again, I don't proselyte, so I don't force on people what they subscribe to and not subscribe to. However, when things are presented, I try to give people the tools and I try to give them the direction to say, okay, look, this is what I use. This is the angle that I went. This is the conclusions that I came up with. And let's see what you get with the same tools, the same directions, etc. And then we can meet both ways. But go back and check out my playlist on the New Testament / Brit Hadashah. And you see I have a playlist of videos that I've done where I'm breaking that stuff down to get you to understand and see how it is cohesive if you view it from the lens of somebody that holds a worldview that I hold to. And you'll see why I subscribe to what's contained therein. right? And also why I'm critical to some things that are contained therein as well. All right. So hopefully that begins to answer your question, but like I said, we could talk about it on a one-on-one. I can unpack it for you a little bit more, but I do have a playlist that does touch on some of that for you. All right. So let me get down the list real quick. My brother Benaya Israel in the building, man. This is the brother that put out Hidden Hebrews. He has a new series now on King David. I'm gonna give him the floor, let him speak his piece, and then I'm gonna get on to Bo, and we're gonna deal with Bo. All right, so you got the floor, Benaya Israel. So it's a pleasure to have you on, Moray.
Hey, shalom, Moray, man. It's kind of funny because I saw. Oh, can you hear me? Hopefully my audio's not bad.
No, it sounds good. I got you. You good?
Okay. But yeah, anytime I looked up, I saw my big brother online. I was like, let me hop on and see what Brother Divine's doing. And sure enough, you had some of my other brothers on. And you know what? Me being an IT person, I was just gonna hop in the chat and just be quiet, and just learn. But once you started talking about these putting up these websites and these services and stuff like that, I know you and your IT background, man. I just had to hop on and just congratulate what you're doing, man, on your platform, what these brothers are doing, the work that they're putting in. Because I know that's some work that's going on behind the scenes just to make that happen. Because if you guys don't know, my 9 to 5 is an IT job. So I brightened up. I said, oh, they doing this? Oh man, let me hop on and support. So I just wanted to hop on, man, and just congratulate the brothers, congratulate you on what you're doing, man. Always looking up to you. I can't say it enough. Anytime that I want to, learn to handle a whether it be a discussion or how to handle it with man, I'm at a loss of words. Like with grace and understanding, man, you're it. I mean, you're the model that I try to go after on that, man. So just thank you. Keep it up, Brother Ron. I mean,
all praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
I couldn't do it without the support of the community and without the grace of the Most High, man. I realize that my discussions are not for me and it's for everybody else. So a lot of times I have to keep my personal feelings at bay for the betterment of the edification of the community. You know what I'm saying? And you can't let you go without plugging in, man. Yo, everybody click on his avatar, subscribe to Brother Benaya Israel. If you don't already know the elder, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Please tell us some of the stuff that you have coming up, my brother, so we can support as well. You got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, well, just kind of like you said before, just wrapped up the a presentation on King David. It's just one of those pieces of history that's it's well known in certain circles. And what I mean by that is that there's plenty of documentation that's out there, but just for us Black folks here over in the States and abroad, we don't know about it. So that the whole purpose of that latest video release was to shed some light, bring a spotlight to that, and also show that our history is so deep. It's like our history is like when it's all said and done, when the last ink is written in the books of our history, it will be the greatest story like ever told. Like it goes like we went from the greatest heights to the greatest lows, and now we're getting ready to go to be raised up again. I mean, like I said, I get excited when I write about this stuff, and when I tell people that with these videos, it's like videos are like a culmination of like work. You do all the background research, you get all the books. And then by the time you kind of you put them all together, and you end up pulling out a lot of references because sometimes it doesn't go with the flow or whatever. But videos end up representing a small part of the finished product. You know what I mean? Like of all the work that went into it. And so especially with this one, I mean, I tell people that this one really had a backstory with the sister that was over in Portugal, that she lived close to Spain or whatnot, and she had to go through a lot to help us out on this one. And I mean, there was just a lot of endurance that went into making this. So, but yeah, I mean, so the Most High willing, folks don't know, but I'm actually already working on 3 because there were a lot of points that I ended up either forgetting or leaving out, because if I threw everything in there, it would end up being like a 2 or 3 hour video. So I try to keep things under an hour. You know, that's just for that video purpose. But yeah, just working on 3. And again, it's going to pick up where the last one left off. We're going to dig into King David, dig into, you know, some of that history as far as, you know, Israel being in West Africa and what happened there, and also track them as they went over to the Americas. That's also an interesting history, because you can actually track them as they went over to Brazil, and then there's references that show them going up to the Caribbeans, and then from there, you know, we'll see what happens from there. But most high willing, that's it, man. That is it.
That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. Yo, I appreciate that, Benaya. So I got a heavy hitter in the building, man. Man, y'all just graced me today, man. I feel honored to have all y'all on the panel on tonight, man. I appreciate you, man. This brother's been doing excellent work, man. I met him in person, man. He's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Very laid back, down to earth, man. Easy to talk to, man, and powerful with the information, man. So, you know, you have all my support and all your endeavors. I put the link in the chat for the King David series. Click on his avatar, subscribe to the channel, and check that out ASAP. All right, my brother. Thank you so much for your blessings. I appreciate it, Elder, and we'll talk again.
All right, thanks, Moray. Yeah, bless.
Anytime. All right, shalom. All right, awesome. All right, man. Y'all just doing it great tonight, man. I appreciate this, man. All right, the moment y'all been waiting for. Hold on. Let me clear the screen real quick. All right, I'm gonna bring Bo's other channel in. I'm gonna give him an opportunity to speak. We're gonna be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Bo, if you get disrespectful, I'm gonna kick you off. But you could be strong and be respectful at the same time. Let's see whatever your grievance is. Let's see if we can address it and shake it out like men. And if not, we just go our separate ways, man. All right, because it's early in the morning. I know you're a grown man with responsibilities, man. I respect whatever it is you do in your life. And for you to be spending your time in the chat, just typing a whole bunch of stuff, man, you know, I'm hoping it's to some greater end. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor so you can chat. Dimitri, yes, the next live, you got it. I'll bring you on the next live, Dimitri, and we can chat. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up here with Bo. Yahoo, please join the next chat. You and Dimitri, I'll add y'all to the next chat. I'll bring y'all to the front of the line. I'll send you the link because I don't know how long this is going to be, but we're going to turn up before we turn down for the night. I'm going to let Bo have his time. I was going to end early, but since Bo is here, I'm going to give him an opportunity for him to do his thing. All right. So Yahoo, just drop off, my brother. Again, when I go live again, I'll reach out to you. You and Dimitri, I'll make sure you guys get to the front of the line. We can wrap. All right. So I need you to drop off Yahoo. And again, you have my word. Next time we go live, you can get on to the front of the line. All right. All right, I just want to let him know since he's back there. All right, so nobody else jump on, please. Let me finish up with Bo, and then we're going to close out. All right, so I'm going to bring Bo on. Bo is here. Bo, you there? Bo, unmute your mic.
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Peace.
Is that you in the avatar? Is that you in the image right there?
Who else would it be?
I don't know. It could be somebody who's your teacher. It could be a brother or somebody of yours. I have no clue, my brother. I've never seen your face, so I have no clue. That's why I'm asking.
My face ain't important.
All right. Well, then you may want to take that image off then. So are you on a phone or your computer? Because I heard some kind of weird noise.
Phone. You're having a hard time there.
I can't. Can you talk up a little bit?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it sounds muffled.
Hold on.
All right.
Hello?
All right, that sounds much better. All right, so go ahead. You got the floor.
All right, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. You good? Go ahead. You got the floor.
All right, so what we talking about? I don't know where to start. First of all, you pushing that fake gibberish language on the people, my brother. Where is that from? Who spoke that language? Moses? King Solomon? Like, who spoke that language? That language
When you
comes...
say, what language are you talking about?
Any language besides English that you call an ancient language. Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew, modern Hebrew. any Hebrew. You say a lot of words. Let me ask you something. You know exactly who Elijah ben Yehuda is, don't you?
Okay. What about him?
I'm just asking you a question. Do you know who he
Yes,
is?
I know who he is, but that has nothing to do with what you're asking me, though. Those are two unrelated things.
No. It's related because Elijah ben Yehuda is the inventor, according to them, of modern Hebrew language, which you use all the time. Okay? You follow me? So
I follow you.
Okay. So I just want to know, why are you using the modern Hebrew language when you speak and when you teach our people? Why are you teaching them a language made by a so-called white, so-called Israeli, so-called Jew?
I'm not using that. I'm not using that language.
You're not? When you say the word Tanakh, what language are you speaking?
When I say the word Tanakh, Tanakh is an acronym. So when I pronounce the other words,
it's an acronym in what language?
It's an acronym in Hebrew.
In modern Hebrew, correct?
Not modern Hebrew.
Show me in the Bible the word Tanakh anywhere.
I can't show you that.
Do it, can you?
Of course not.
Because it's not in there. Because it's not. Let me explain something to you. The word Tanakh is an acronym in modern Hebrew. Now you're running from the word, like the word halakha, which I hear you using. Halakha, sound familiar?
Yeah, halakha.
Halakha, whatever. All right. That word is a word invented by Elijah ben Yehuda.
He invented it. Wow. Now I know he didn't invent it because I look at Mishra Hebrew and it predates him. So you can't see here's the issue. Wait. Hold on. Here's the issue, right? He didn't just wake up one day and just start a language. That's not how it happened. Did you know that there was liturgical Hebrew that existed before he even came on the scene? And he had to use a template in order for him to create what we have today, which is modern Hebrew. Are you aware of that? There was liturgical Hebrew that existed.
Let me respond to that.
Go ahead.
Okay. You asked me, ask that question again. Did I know what about liturgical? What?
Did you know that there was liturgical Hebrew that existed before he even came on the scene?
Okay. Stop right there. I didn't know that, and neither did you. You was told that. You read that. Some white historians wrote that in a paper that you read because you don't have no access to that information at all. You can't gain access to an archaeological site, an artifact, an ancient scroll, manuscript, stone with inscriptions on it. Nothing. All you can do is take your oppressor's information on face value, little brother. You understand that? That's all you can do.
I understand what you're saying.
Stop right there because you said wow. So I want you to show me exactly where anything I said is untrue because you said wow, and I was dishonest because you know everything I just said was true.
No, I can't
show
say
me a lie that I just told.
So
show me a lie then. If I told a lie, please
do you want me to speak? Do you want me to speak? Yes or no?
Yes.
You asked me a question. Okay. So I've been to several museums with these items that have been recovered. That's number one.
Okay.
Have you been to wait. Have you been to any museum to see any of these artifacts in order for you to disprove whether or not they're authentic or not? Yes or no?
Okay. Now, I'm surprised that you would even bring up a museum because our first conversation, that video was still up.
We talked about it.
Let me talk. You said to me in that first conversation, I asked you, have you ever seen a dinosaur bone? This is on video. You said yes. I said, where? You said in the museum. Conversation was something like that. And then I explained to you, you never saw a dinosaur bone in a museum because the museums only have replicas on display, so-called replicas. But dinosaurs don't exist. They never existed. You see what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as an authentic dinosaur bone, which you thought you saw until I explained to you that you only saw replicas. So now I'm going to take you back down memory lane and explain
No. Let's stop right there.
You saw, okay.
Hold on. Let's stop right there because now you're comparing apples and oranges, right? The first thing is, have you been wait, hold on. Have you been to any excavation site at any place in order for you to disprove that what is being unearthed is fake or true? Yes or no? Have you been on site to actually see these things that dig?
Let me answer that and then ask you a question. Okay.
All right.
The answer is no. Okay.
All right.
Now let me ask you this: have you ever been to a site and was able to prove that any of that they say is true?
No, I have not been to any sites, but I have spoke to people who are experts in the field. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Who are experts in the field, who are unrelated to various other groups, because when you go to do surveys and stuff, you have to get permission to do these excavational digs. And there's people that go to get their PhDs for doing understudy work in the field of archaeology. So I know people who are independent archaeologists. If you want me to bring them on the channel, I could bring them on just for you to ask your questions.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish, because they've been overseas and they've done the work. So they can go and tell you from their papers that they've written on it, whether or not it's real or not and how it's authenticated.
They can tell me if it's real or not?
Oh, yeah, definitely, because they've seen it. They've
How
been
can
there.
they tell me if it's real? How do they know if it's real?
So somebody just put something in the ground while they're digging it up.
Excuse me?
Somebody put something in the ground before they started digging it up. Is that what you're saying?
First of all, I don't have nothing to say about that whole process because I don't even know if they dig anything up. So I don't deal with nonsense and hearsay. I deal with Bible, scripture, simply. That's it. You deal with hearsay. You read all these books.
I don't deal with hearsay.
Everything you say on your channel is hearsay.
Nah, that's a negative.
Everything you just said was hearsay. You just told me that somebody you know told you that they've been here or been there. That's
hearsay. They have video. Hold on. They have documentation, my brother. They have video, they have pictures, they have audio, and they have paperwork, documentation. There's a process to authenticate. Did you know that there is a black antiquities market? Hold on. Do you know that there's a black antiquities market? Are you aware that a black antiquities market exists?
I'm aware that all sorts of things exist.
So then why have that if everything is fake?
Frauds. Excuse me?
So why have that if everything is fake? Why have a black?
Are you saying that I don't think black people have antiques?
No.
Antiquities. What exactly do you mean?
That's not what that means. So
tell me what you
hold on.
Antiquities.
Okay, let me answer your question. Do you know what a black market is? What's a black market? Just in general.
This is not vocabulary class. You do that with your other guests. I don't answer questions. What does this mean? Like,
so then why are you here then? This is my platform, my brother. So
I'm here to take you to school like always. You know that.
Nah, that's a negative. So look, do you know what a black market is? Is yes or no? Do you know what a black market is?
Of course I know the black market is.
Okay, so if there's forgeries that are very pervasive on a black market, why have a black market if everything is a fraud? If everything is fake and they know everything is fake, they wouldn't even have a black market for authenticating anything to call it fake. You might as well say everything is true.
So you saying that the artifacts they present to us are authentic, and the proof of that is the fact that there's a black market. Is that what you're saying to me?
When I'm saying
the fact that there's a black market proves that they found a scroll in the caves in Qumran, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the oldest book of whatever, in some ancient language. That's proven by the fact that there's an antiquities market, or is that not proven at all, and we're taking the oppressor's words at face value? Are we taking his words at face value? I asked you something you didn't answer me before. Give me 2 reasons to believe that anybody ever spoke ancient Hebrew. 2 reasons. Because I know one. One is that your intellectual father, the white man, taught you it.
My intellectual father. Wow, that's deep.
Most definitely. Every theory you have, you're a theistic evolutionist, right? You didn't come up with that. That came from a white man.
No, the title came from a white man, but the theory itself came before the white man was on the scene, before he was even in existence. So and if you want to go to antiquity,
stop. Now we're bugging out. Before the white man existed,
correct,
evolution existed, but then the white man had to name it.
That particular theory existed if you study the ancient Near East and cosmology. What?
Who named it?
I just said he added the title, but the theory pre-existed him.
When you study the ancient Near East, you know what you're studying? You're studying what the white man told you.
So, okay. So tell me what we can study that the white man didn't tell us.
Like I'm saying something ridiculous. You had to show me.
Answer my question.
When I say these things.
Answer my question.
Okay.
My question is, show me something that can be studied that the white man had no hand in.
I'm glad you asked that question. It's called the Holy Bible.
Oh, here we go.
And in that, you
So,
know what he did?
the Bible you got today, the white man had nothing to do with it.
The Bible I have today.
Correct. The one that you read.
Something to you. Let me explain this to you. We talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
The white man told you that he translated the Bible. He didn't tell me that because I don't listen to nonsense like that, because there's nowhere in the Holy Bible that says our oppressor would have to translate the language for us and teach it back to us. You see, making faces again.
So you telling me that the Bible that you have today, I wish you had your camera on. I want to see the Bible that you read today. Where's the Bible that you read today? What version?
I have a King James Bible that I read today.
All right. So you know what I'm gonna do?
1611. You know why it's not a 1611?
It ain't got to be a 1611. I'm gonna bring up for you the preface.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why it's not a 1611, right? The reason it's not a 1611 Bible is because the 1611 Bible is a hoax.
So which one you got? Which one you got?
The King James Version. That's what it says. It doesn't
so,
say 16.
So when you look inside, what's the copyright on it? What's the copyright on it? It doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant. All of that's irrelevant.
All that's irrelevant. Okay.
Because listen.
All right, go ahead.
This is why. Because you can't prove to me that the white man translated the Bible. All you can prove to me is that he told you it.
Damn.
Your grandmother never told you that.
So you telling me that the Bible you have today, that's in English, right? You're saying to me that this is the language that Moses spoke? Moses spoke that language? Wow.
That's my belief. And another thing, look, and on top of that being my belief, and on top of you saying wow to my belief, you can't prove that it's not. No way you can prove that.
I prove it all the time, but what happens is you dismiss anything that I put on the table as proof.
Prove it right here, right now.
Everything that I
put time, then you should be able to prove it right now.
You're not listening to me. Everything that I put on the table as
everything
proof,
that you put, everything you put out there.
Tell me what you're gonna accept. Tell me what would you
accept from white people.
What would you accept as proof? What would you accept as proof? What would you accept as proof? You keep moving the goalpost.
You can prove that Moses spoke Hebrew. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where we at? What we talking about?
I said, what would you accept as proof?
As proof of what? That Moses spoke?
No, anything that I present to you, what can I present to you that you would accept and say, okay, that's proof or that's evidence?
Give me an example of something that you could present to me, and I'll tell you what proof is.
I try to give you sources. I try to give you primary sources for things. You said everything's a hoax, everything is fake. So I can't go to
primary sources. No, you can't go to the white man. He can't save you right now. You have to use your own brain. And you have to use the Bible itself. And you can't go to ancient languages and all this nonsense. You have to use the Bible. That's it.
Oh man, that's
you
cool.
Show me in the Bible, because let me ask you something. Do you believe the Bible is it?
What? Say again.
Do you not believe that?
Say one more time.
Is the Bible divine or not?
Is the Bible divine?
Not from God.
Not your English translation, no.
So the Hebrew Bible is divine?
It's divinely inspired, but there are some variants between the manuscripts.
Okay. The Hebrew Bible is divinely inspired. Okay. So shouldn't that Hebrew Bible that's divinely inspired tell us that, listen, after y'all go into captivity, the oppressor is going to take your language and then he's going to translate it back. And for some reason, he's going to translate the book and give it back to you. He's going to translate the book of the law. Can you show me that? Because you know the Bible front and back. So can you show me where it says that our oppressor will have to teach us our own language and read our own book to us? Every time you go to the Hebrew lexicon,
look, I'm going to show you something. Right? I'm going to show you something interesting, right? Well, actually, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna show you two things that's really interesting. I want to see what's your take on it. The first thing I'm gonna ask you is, do you believe that the Israelites went into Babylonian captivity?
Are you referring to anything that happened outside of the Old Testament? Are you referring to the white man's historical data?
I'm asking you, did the Israelites go into Babylonian captivity? Yes or no? It's in the Bible. Second Kings is there. Second Chronicles is there. Did they go into Babylonian captivity? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Did they come back from Babylonian captivity? Yes or no?
Yes.
When they came back to Babylonian captivity and they found the book of the law, Ezra and them found the book of the law, did everybody understand what was in the book of the law, or did people have to give them the understanding what was in it?
Okay. There's nowhere in the book that says they didn't understand the language that it was written in. Number one. Number two, they didn't have to go to people outside of the Israelite community to translate it. Does that make
you know
any
why?
sense?
You know why? Because there were elders.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna answer your question. There were elders. There was elders that were still alive, right, in previous generation that was still alive that still spoke Hebrew, right? So they kept the liturgical Hebrew as a hold on.
Who spoke Hebrew? No. You're making statements. Who spoke Hebrew?
So you saying the Israelites and the Babylonians both spoke English?
I'm saying that Moses, everyone in the Bible, the Holy Bible, I take it literally from the front to the back. You understand that? So that means if God said, let there be light, Elohim didn't say, let there be light, because Elohim is plural in that gibberish language. God is one. So how could Elohim say, let there be light? God said, let there be light.
Because you got to understand it as a collective noun. It's a collective noun.
A collective noun, that's nonsense. Right. You're talking nonsense.
Do collective nouns exist in English? Yes or no? Do collective nouns exist in English?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so then why is it so hard to believe that another language doesn't have it as well?
Let me tell you what's so hard to believe. It's so hard to believe that there's a collective noun in a Paleo-Hebrew pictograph language. And it's also hard to believe that Moses went up to the mountain, came back with 2 tablets written in pictographs. And it's also hard to believe that the language we write is more sophisticated than the language God wrote on those tablets, which you insult the Father and say that he wrote pictographs on the tablets. You think he wrote the 10 Commandments in pictographs?
You heard me say that? You heard me say that? I said that?
So he was the
I didn't say that,
in Paleo-Hebrew. So you tell me. All right, so I'm gonna let you say it. You tell me, what language was that written in? Was it written in a primitive language? A pictograph language?
It had to be in. It had to be in some, hold on. Let me answer your question. It had to be in some early form of Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew.
Early form of Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew is what the white man told you. Okay.
That the Bible
didn't tell you that.
The Bible didn't tell you that.
Wow. If the white man didn't tell you that, please tell me who did.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, there's other scholars out there that are not white. Are you aware of that? I have tons of work for them too.
Of course, there's scholars that's not white, but tell me who told you about exactly what you just said. Tell me where that dates, where that goes right back to.
The scholars that's in Israel. The scholars in Israel that's not white.
Israel?
Yeah.
The scholars in Israel that's not white?
They actually look like me and you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now listen.
So why you talk? Because what I simply asked you was, did the Israelites go into captivity, Babylon captivity? You said yes. I said, did they return? You said yes. I said, when the book of the law was being read to them, did they understand what was being said, or did they need help in getting to understand? I'm bring up the scriptures now, since we're talking about it. And I want to ask you, hold on. And then I want to ask you, why did they need people to give them understanding?
Okay. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they when they found the book of the law, they asked for a female prophet. Is that what happened?
Female prophet? What scripture are you talking about? I go to Nehemiah chapter 8.
When they found a book of the law, refresh my memory. When they found a book of the
I'm
law,
about to bring it up.
Who did they go to? Okay, cool.
All right, so Nehemiah chapter 8, right? And all the people gathered as one man at the square which was in the front of the water gate. Oh, let me read this in King James, since that's the That's the language they were speaking back then. I want to make sure I'm accurate with this. All right, here we go. All right, and all the people,
but you can't prove it
nah,
wrong.
I'm just what you're saying. So I'm trying to be on one page, my brother.
Listen to this though. Instead of sarcasm, you should be a real smart guy and think about what I'm saying to you and prove it wrong to yourself. You understand? Because you don't know that it's wrong.
Oh,
you see, you can laugh and joke, but this is a serious thing.
Man, it's difficult to take it serious when you don't take nothing I say serious. It's very difficult to communicate.
Now I know how the teachers feel in the high schools when the kids don't listen. Just like this. Y'all think y'all know everything.
Right, that's great. So you was a teacher in high school?
No, not at all.
Okay, so and
now I know how the teachers feel in high school. I'm a teacher in real life. I'm teaching you right now.
Nah, you're not teaching me anything, my brother. You're trying to build with me. You're not teaching me anything.
No,
I'm not learning.
No, I'm not trying to build with you because me and you can't build together because I'm building with real bricks and you building with fake bricks. You see what I'm saying?
Why are you here then? Why are you here? Why are you here?
I'm here. Listen to me. Before you feel special, you know that I do this to anybody. Listen to me. Anybody who I come across who speak these lies to the people, I'm in their comment section, I'm in their live chats, they block me, they scared to death to talk to me.
Now, it's not that you're annoying. You're annoying to them. That's why they block you. At least I'm giving you a platform to talk. I didn't ignore you. I let you speak. And then you came back in here doing the same thing, talking reckless.
You said I'm annoying to them?
Yes, you are.
I was annoying?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they tell you that? They told you that?
Yeah.
Or you speaking for their feelings?
People saw you the first time you came on this platform. We talked, and they're like, "Yo, that same dude." I'm like, oh, "Okay, that's what they said."
Okay.
That's why they blocked you. That's why they blocked you. They call you a troll. They say you trolling. You know what I'm saying? That's why they block. That's why they don't want to speak to you. That's why they don't ever want to speak to you. But I'm giving you the respect to allow you to come and talk so we can build. And you telling me that you here to teach me. I don't need you to teach me, my brother. You understand? I don't need you to teach me. You have your own platform. You go teach the people, go in the highways and byways and let them know the false stuff that people are teaching and build your own platform. You ain't got to come on here and tell me if I'm building with straw and you building with bricks.
Listen, my brother, you do things how you do them, right? And
cool.
I do them how I don't need to listen to me. I don't need a YouTube channel. I don't need to preach on it. I need to get in comment sections. This is what I'm driven to do because I know something that y'all don't know. Because listen to me. Try to understand what I'm saying because I don't mean you no harm. I'm telling you the truth.
No, I understand you don't. That's just your personality.
Listen to what I'm saying. What's wrong with my personality, my brother? I tell the truth.
I said that's part of your personality, my brother.
This has nothing to do with personality. This is information.
Oh, man. Okay.
This is just information. That's all. And I'm telling you, and you know it's true, that everything you believe came from our oppressor. And that's a problem. You see what I'm saying?
And yet the same Bible you got was published by your oppressor. It's crazy.
And
look,
listen to this. Hold on, stop. Let's deal with that. Our oppressor told you that he published that Bible. You understand that? His story.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Let me ask you something. Do you have a second source that says that the white man published the Bible besides the white man himself?
I have a preface right here in front of your face.
I have a second source that says the white man published the Bible besides the white man himself.
Read what's on the screen.
You don't want to deal with reality. You don't want to deal with reality.
Read what's on the screen.
Can you believe? You're a theistic evolutionist because the white man is a theistic evolutionist.
See on the screen. Nah, there's also some young earth creationists as well that are white people. Do you see what's on the screen?
Who?
Do you see what's on the screen?
Just tell me about it.
Yeah, this is the preface to the King James Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the Bible that you have actually has a section called the preface where the translators, and that's what they call themselves, actually tell you what they were attempting to do with the work that you're about to read. Are you aware that those exist, or did the white
listen to this?
Okay, go ahead.
Listen to this.
Cool.
I understand what you're saying, right? And I understand why you believe what you believe, right?
No, just bring out your Bible. Let me see your Bible. Let me see if there's a preface in your Bible. Just bring it out.
Yeah, right. I understand what you're saying. I understand why you believe what you believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
but you can't prove none of it. You see what I'm saying? All you can do is take hearsay from people who told you things. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So what's primary evidence to you? Is the only piece of primary evidence the Bible? Yes or no?
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
Everything else outside of that is false and fake.
Everything outside of that has some of it may have some truth to it, but
like
it's
what?
ultimately false. And the Bible is the only source of the truth. Like what
But
you mean?
What
like
else?
what?
What else will have some truth to it? Let me know. What else will have some truth to it?
If you bring me a textbook that says 1 + 1 = 2, that's true.
How do you know that's true? A white person
Then
taught you that in school.
Because let me tell you how I know that's true, and that's a good question, because I can take one thing and then take another one thing and count them, and it's two things. That's proof.
But somebody taught you how to count.
And it was a white person. Stop, because I answered your question.
Mm-hmm.
No, a white person didn't teach me how to count. My mom's taught me how to count and read
where'd your
and
mom
write.
learn that from? Where'd she learn that from? Where'd she learn that from?
Where did my mother learn to read and write from?
Yeah, and where'd she learn
what's the difference?
It does make a difference.
You just asked me.
You learned it in school, and that's why she taught you.
The white man didn't teach me how to read and write and do math.
Like, well, somebody taught your mom that taught her mom that taught her mom, and there was a white person involved in that lineage. All right, teaching.
And listen, and that's what the problem is. We think that the white man taught us the English language. This is a beautiful language. This is the lingua franca of the world. They tell us that back in these days, this was the lingua franca. That was the lingua franca. We don't have no proof of that. All we have is proof of right now, English is the language. You understand that? We speak it better than anybody.
Wow.
We sell millions of records just to talk over beats because it's our language.
Wait. You said wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Bro, slow down. You said we speak it better than anybody, but yet our slang don't match up with this Victorian language that we find in the text in the KJV. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you why.
You don't walk around talking like that.
Okay. We modify the language every 5 years. Like, don't you know that? Haven't you been around for over 10, 15 years?
Wow.
We modify the language. And then when we modify the language, guess who follow us and speak it like us? Everybody else.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? We're the only ones who get paid just to talk the language over a beat and sell millions of records and go all over the world because it's our language. I know it's hard to believe because the white man brainwashed you and told you that he came here and taught us English. Well, no. He told you that he went all the way to Africa and brought us all the way back here and did that for 200 years. You believe that the white man went to Africa and back for 200 straight years?
Yeah.
Bringing back
he had an economic interest there. You're right. And they control it today.
You believe that? You know why you believe that?
Today. They control Africa today.
No. It doesn't matter. They control Africa. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the white man going to Africa and bringing back slaves for 200 years straight.
He did it longer than that, actually.
Longer than 200 years. That's even worse. And you believe that?
Of course. We have the records and documentation from that.
No, we don't have anything. They have.
We do. We even have voices of people that were ex-slaves that's recorded in audio. We have that as well.
Who have them? Who has what? Who have what?
We have audio of ex-slaves as well, talking about their experiences.
We have audio. When you say we, are you talking about you and your intellectual father, the white man?
Wow.
When you say we, I want to know who you mean by we.
Oh man,
I know it's funny.
This is crazy, bro. So, like I said, there's nothing has truth to you outside of KJV.
Simple question. No. We're going too far. Can you tell me who you mean by we? Is it you and your intellectual father, the white man, or is it you and somebody else?
So I'm telling you, if a ex-slave is recorded talking about their experiences of slavery,
and who played the recording? Who owns the recording?
Who actually the same thing about the Bible you got. Let me see the preface and let me see who published it, and you still won't show it.
Why you keep changing the subject? I want to know.
No, it's not changing the subject. It's in the same line of reasoning.
The bottom of this question of who we mean by we, then we'll understand something. We have this, we have artifacts. When you say we, who do you mean? Because you don't have nothing. So who do you mean by we?
and you
I
have a
don't have nothing.
Bible
You
that
don't
you
have
won't
nothing.
show
You
me,
say
that you
we.
won't show me the preface, you won't show me any footnotes that may be in it, and you won't show me the publisher.
Subject,
You won't
and
show me
you're
any of
doing
that.
that for a reason.
Show me the
Subject
Bible
for
you
a
got.
reason.
Show me the Bible that you have, so we know what to get. Let me see your Bible. Put your Bible on the screen.
Okay, I'll wait till you finish.
Exactly. No, I'm saying you're not
Okay,
going to
now,
put your Bible out there because it's going to end your entire argument. You're not going to. Publish.
Well, okay, because my Bible has a preface.
Yeah, and also not
and
just a
table
preface.
of contents, a copyright page, all that. So what?
So who put that together? Black people or white people?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know, but you trusting that it's not of the white man.
Let me ask you something. You know why I trust that? It's called faith, because we can't prove these things. There's no factual evidence of none of this. That's why we have faith in God. So if you have faith in God, then you know that he'll get the book to us, because the book of the law. Why would he have it in a foreign language that white people have to translate for us?
Because we wasn't speaking English. We wasn't speaking English. So look. What happened to all the other languages? No. Wait. So all the other languages on the planet are fake too?
No.
So they're real. So other languages actually do exist,
fake.
Right?
What I said was ancient languages are fake.
So what do you think these other languages come from?
Have you ever heard of the Tower of Babel, or do you not believe in that?
So all these other languages came from the Tower of Babel.
Do you
Hold on, let me
in
answer
the
your
Tower
question.
of Babel? Is that story true?
I'm gonna answer your question. So if these languages came from the Tower of Babel, that means they have an ancient lineage. That means nobody can just make up these languages. Yes, correct? Would you agree?
Say that again.
So if all these languages came from the Tower of Babel, that means that all the languages that exist today that's not English has an ancient lineage.
No. I didn't say all of these languages. You know, there's languages that probably developed recently. There's languages that people invented. There's a language.
So what's the oldest languages? What's the oldest languages
for Game of Thrones?
What's the oldest language? What's the oldest languages?
My belief, because neither one of us know the answer to that question. You realize that, right?
No, I do know.
You think you know that? You think you know what the oldest language is?
We have research on it. Yeah. Me and the white man. We have research on it.
Say we. Don't make it into a joke, because when you say we, definitely talking about you and the white man.
You said it was me and the white man when I say we, so I'm just saying me and the white man. We have information on it.
Don't be sarcastic, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's not you and the white man,
you're not receiving correction. Listen, my brother, you're not trying to receive any correction. So how can I correct you if you're wrong?
How can you correct me with another man's information? You should send him to correct me.
This is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna do this, okay? I'm gonna let you stay on for a little bit longer, right? You don't want to read anything from the Bible you have. That's fine, right? You said you don't know if it's a white man or black man or whoever wrote your own Bible that you got and published it.
I don't know who wrote it. I didn't say I don't know who wrote it. But I'm going to say now, none of us know who wrote it.
So if nobody knows who wrote it, how can you trust it? You're saying in faith. So you have random faith in something that could be the white man's work.
Let me explain something to you. It's not the white man's work. Now, let me explain something to you. It's not random faith. It's faith in God. See, only a person with no faith would call it random faith. That's you. You don't believe in. Do you believe in the Tower of Babel? Do you believe that whole story, or did the white man not confirm that for you? Because
I don't know. Whatever I'm reading, apparently whatever I'm reading could be from the white man. So how do I know? I don't know. I don't know if anything is real in the Bible, because you don't even know. You said nobody knows who wrote it, so I don't even know if it's real or not. How should I know to subscribe to it if I don't know?
Let me accept this from you. I accept that you believe that the white man translated and published the Bible. Cool, right? I accept that, even though you have no proof of that outside of his word, correct? Is that right or wrong?
When you say outside of his word, there's other groups that have do research outside of the white man.
What the white man? No, there's no other groups. It's him. The white man runs academia.
That do research outside of white people.
It doesn't matter what research nobody does, because nobody has access to anything except them. You know that they run the world.
How could you say something like that, my brother? You know there's isolated tribes all around the world that don't even know who the white man is. Are you aware of that?
I don't know if that's true.
Oh man. All
How
right.
do
So
you
look,
know
what I'm
there's
gonna do.
isolated tribes around the world? How would you know
Look,
that? See, you
look,
say a lot of silly things that you can't possibly know.
Bo, and
Now
then you
listen, hold
obviously
on,
don't know
Let's get back to
anything.
what I'm saying. You cut me off. Let's get back to what I'm saying. I'm gonna accept that you believe that the white man translated the Bible, yada yada, right? I'm gonna accept that. Now, you could accept that I believe that the Bible came to us from God. Remember when I told you before that if God wanted the Bible to drop out of the sky, it would, and you said
No,
no, it wouldn't.
you said he
I
did,
still
and
would
he
be.
updates it.
Go back to the video because you're lying on me. I didn't say it did. What I said was, you asked me where the Bible come from. I said, I don't know. It could have dropped out the sky.
And then I said, do
And
you
then you
believe
ran with
that?
that. Oh, you
Do you
think the
believe
Bible
that?
ran out? You never
No,
heard me
no, no,
say.
no. And then you try to tell me
You
some
never heard
stuff
me say I
about
believe the. How can
my
I
brother.
tell you the Bible dropped out of the sky and then tell you I don't know where it came from at the same time? I
My
said it could
brother,
have came
my
from
brother.
anywhere. If God wanted it to
Listen.
drop out of the sky, it would drop out of the sky.
You tried
And
to go
said it
into
wouldn't.
you try to go into some Mandela effect stuff with me and try to say, well, tell me where it says that the lion lays down with the lamb. And then you try to tell me after we went over that, you see, it was there
You
because
still
our
can't
grandparents,
answer that
hold
question.
on. Our grandmothers read
You
it that
still
way,
can't
and it's
answer
not
the
there no
question.
more.
I'm
Hold
glad you
on.
brought that up.
And I said to you, how is that the case? Is the Bible updating itself? And you said yes. That's what you said. It's on
Yes,
record.
and I stand by that right now. And let me tell you another thing, right? Let me tell you another thing. There's books that's in the Bible right now that wasn't in there before. And let me tell you another thing. There was a time, and people who are honest and people who will pay attention to this, there was a time when the New Testament was about 45% of the Bible. If you just look at the book, it was almost half.
How do
Right
you know
now,
this? Who's
how
giving you all
small,
this
I
information?
remember it. What you mean how I know that? I rely on my own memory. I remember that.
Remember it?
I remember that. Yes. Is that strange to remember something?
Nah,
You're making strange
it's not
faces
to
because I
remember
remember
something.
something.
But what you're
Okay,
saying,
so stop making strange faces when I remember something.
All right, so look,
man.
this is what I'm gonna do, Bo, because this is too much fun for just me alone. So I'm gonna share this fun around a little bit before I close out, right? I'm gonna open up the channel so other people can talk with you because apparently I'm unable to reach you, right? So I'm gonna let other people who really do want to ask you some sincere questions. Hopefully they can actually, relate to you, because apparently I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I love to talk to my people. Put them on.
I'm gonna let this be your show for the next 15 minutes. All right, I'm gonna let this be your show. I'm gonna help you out. Right, I'm gonna let this be your show for the next 15 minutes.
You let it be my show. You do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it be your show. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna let it be your show, right? Because apparently,
said that like 5 times. Let's do it, man.
My brother.
You wasting my 15 minutes.
Let me finish.
I'm
let
sorry.
me finish.
You gotta take
I'm
a long
still
drawn
gonna
out.
moderate. I'm still going to moderate. Okay, I'm still gonna moderate. But when I say I'm gonna let this be your show, which means I'm gonna let you answer questions and talk. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm giving you.
I think we knew what that meant. I didn't think you was giving me your channel.
All right, so I'm gonna mute you real quick, okay? Because you're not letting me talk. All right. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna allow you an opportunity, right, to speak to other people on this platform. When I say that I'm gonna let this be your show, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do that because I realize that you may be hurt and you may feel a certain kind of way because brothers are running from you, right? So I want to give you an opportunity where you can address people who really want to talk and see what it is you're talking about. So that way you have a like you said, you come in here to teach. That's why you're led or driven to come to the chat and say what. So now I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do that. All right. So now the first person up is my brother Ezekiel Ben Yakub. So I'm gonna open up his mic and he's gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna open up your mic, Bo, and you can respond. All right. Question or comment. So Ezekiel, you got the floor. You can unmute yourself. You got the floor.
I don't even know if I should say shalom, shalom, peace, or what would be.
No, keep it in English. Keep it in King James Version English. All right.
Peace be unto you, brother Bo. I gotta say, this is probably some of the greatest material I've seen on this show in a long time. So I'm honored to be on here talking to you. My question is, what is the source of all your astute level of knowledge? Because it seems that you've come fully equipped. You're very confident in the information that you have and the truths that you maintain. You're very studious. You're very illustrious and charismatic. I might add, just to have just trying to get a good full use of the English language here. So if you could just share with the rest of the community, I know you love talking to the people. If you could just share with the how did you come upon all of this information that you've attained thus far?
Hello? Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I'm on? Okay. I got lost in the eloquence of that question. So you're asking me how I came to these conclusions? That's what you want to know.
I wanted to know just
And thank
how
you. And
you
thank you for the compliment.
ascertained all of this, the wealth of knowledge that you've come to, and how you've come to stand on because you're very confident in your position, and I see that you and Brother Ron have opposing positions, and I just wanted to see how you came to have all of this knowledge. Like, what's the source? Do you have a teacher? What is it?
Question. That's a good question. Now, I don't have a teacher because, unfortunately, I search for information. I search for teachers, but there's nobody qualified to teach me because the teachers are teaching what was taught to them. You understand what I'm saying? So I studied astronomy, I studied history, archaeology, all kinds of nonsense. I wouldn't call it a waste of time because when I came to Genesis, when I started at Genesis 1, I realized that everything I studied was nonsense compared to this. You understand that?
So
Genesis 1 tells us, let me explain something to you. When they say, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light. And there was light, and God saw the light, and it was good, and God separated. When all that happened, it happened in English. Because, let me explain something simple to you. If God said, let there be light in a different language, then the whole Bible is false.
Interesting.
You understand that? Because he didn't say, let there be light. Now, let me tell you something. If you can go dig up in your basement, find your great-great-great-grandfather's Bible, and he says anything in Hebrew, then you'll have my attention. Nobody ever knew anything about Hebrew. This is a relatively new thing. Modern Hebrew, which DivineProspect always speak, and a lot of y'all name yourselves and Ben this and Yehuda that. I don't think y'all know about Elijah ben Yehuda, a white man in the 1800s who invented, and I'm gonna say invented because that's the truth, invented modern Hebrew. And what they say is that
he created modern
Hebrew. Let me finish. He created modern Hebrew based on ancient Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? But if you look at the modern Hebrew language, it shares 50% of its vocabulary with Arabic. You understand? Which wasn't around when ancient Hebrew supposedly, but this doesn't exist. Arabic is a real language. Ancient Hebrew, ancient Latin, ancient Greek, those are fake languages. Let me go further now. Alexander the Great, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Julius Caesar, none of those people existed. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome never existed. Okay? Now digest that. Now then, tell me how you know they existed, because what I'm saying is so ridiculous. And when you tell me how you know they existed, you trace the information back. And the information goes back to none other than white people. And let me say this, just in all fairness, because I say to white men this and white people that, I'm not a racist. I don't hate white people. I don't advocate hatred towards white people. I don't advocate violence towards them. I got 9 kids, and full disclosure, one of my children has a white mother. You understand that? So I don't hate them at all, but we're dealing with reality. So if you want to tell me information and this is pro-black and black this and black that, and I trace it back to white people, there's a problem. You see what I'm saying? You see my frustration?
Yeah, I got you. Are you able to get for me in English the etymology of the word God?
I'm gonna tell you the etymology of the word God right now. You listening?
Okay.
In the beginning, God. That's it. That was the beginning. That was the first time they saw the word God. In the beginning, God. That's the etymology. That's the beginning of the word God. Etymology is grown.
Who saw the word? Who saw the word God?
Whoever picked up the Bible and read it.
Who wrote it?
Who wrote the Bible?
Yeah.
I don't know. But what
Who
I do know is
witnessed
whoever wrote it,
this?
listen.
I just want to know, like, who witnessed the beginning to be able to pin all of this. In the beginning, there was God, because if it was just God and nothing was created yet, who was there to report it?
Right. And I can't listen. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Just the same way you can't respond to any of this with facts, I can't neither. So I'm gonna respond with beliefs and getting away from all this hyper academic intellectualism. Let's get back to the Bible, and we realize this is about beliefs. This is not about proof. This is not about digging something up and proving that Moses split the Red Sea. This is about believing it. And why would you believe it? It's because you make a connection with the scripture, because you pray and things happen in your life, your eyes are open to different things, so on and so forth. It's not because you pick up a book and study. We don't remember King Solomon told us, reading all those books just make us weary. Let us get to the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. That's the whole of man's duty. Do you understand that? It's not about all these 1,000 books. And we don't even, y'all, DivineProspect, you don't even believe the Bible, my brother. And that's a problem for me, because you're smart, but you don't have no faith. And
my brother, I don't believe. Hold on. You said I don't believe the Bible,
so
right?
You saying
What I'm
that
simply
Adam and
saying
Eve
is, hold on,
evolved from something? No. God
my
said,
brother. That's not what I said. I don't teach that. So obviously, you don't even know what my position is, right? You can go back and watch the lecture that I did. Hold on, Bo. My brother. No. I'm talking. All right. What I'm saying is you just misrepresented my position. I don't even teach that. So if you are saying that my position is theistic evolution, then you need to go back and watch the material in which I shared what my position is. I did a lecture back in 2014 and I gave what my position is on that. All right. So for you to say something like that is dishonest. Okay. So what I'm simply saying is this, right? When you say I don't believe the Bible, what I'm saying is I'm not going to assume that a book that I've received, right, that has a preface in it, that has other forwards in it, that has a publishing date in it, is going to be something that I should say, well, I'm going to base my life on this because somebody gave it to me. I'm going to check the history. I'm going to check to see if there's any pre-existing manuscripts. I want to see if the translators themselves and their notes in the same book say that they've translated it from these languages, because that's what I was trying to show you on the screen. They leave notes in the preface and they tell you what their purpose is. They tell you what they're doing. They tell you what you're about to read. This is them saying it. The people that translated it, they're saying that. I was trying to give that to you. That's why I said, if you have a Bible, open it up and let's read the forward. If there is one, let's read the preface. If there is one, more than likely there is. And if there's not one, then the version that you have, right, exempted all of that, maybe to condense it, make it smaller. But if you go back to the other printed copies of it, it's there, right? If you look at the book that you have, I want to know if there's any scrolls written in English. If you have any English scrolls that are written in English, because you're going to tell me that the printing press is something that's modern. Is the printing press, the Gutenberg printing press, the first printing press that existed, or did the white man tell us this? Are you saying that the book that you have that could possibly, I'm going to say possibly, fell from the sky, right? That it was in the type of paper that we use today? Because, you know, somebody had to create the piece of paper that is placed in that book that you have. It had to be printed somewhere, you know, to get the stuff on the page. I know you've seen a printer before, my brother. I know you've had a printer and you've able to see things, how they print it on the paper. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is doing that. Like somebody's putting this thing together. And if you're saying that you don't know, then how do you know your oppressor is not the one doing this? You're saying it's by faith. Well, maybe the oppressor created the faith that you have today. Those are the things that I'm fact checking. Those are the things that I'm confirming whether or not it's true, right? Because I don't want to have some blind faith and be led into a ditch. I want to have something concrete that I can walk on that's going to lead me to the creator. That's why I take that approach. So it's not taken away from what it is that you're saying. And again, I'm not saying there's no validity. You being as honest as you know how to. I respect that. The problem is you are disregarding anything that I'm saying. And by you saying that you don't have no teachers and you don't need no teacher, no man can teach you, I'm telling you, I'm willing to listen if you're going to tell me something that's accurate, right? But at the end of the day, you boil it down to say that it's on faith. You don't know who put the Bible together. And to me, that's problematic, because then it could be the oppressor that is actually guiding you, and you're not even aware of that hidden hand. And that is what my concern is for you, and just reading any old Bible and not being able to validate or verify it. That's all I'm saying. So with that, I don't want to hold you up. My brother Ezekiel Ben Yakub, you can stay on if you want. Let me give somebody else another opportunity to speak with Bo before it gets too late. Thank you for your line of question. I think it was great. It opened up more conversation in the chat. So let me go ahead and bring up the next person and let them speak. And Ezekiel, I'm sure I'll let Bo on here some other time in the future, right? So more people can ask some questions, right? So they can glean from his wisdom. You know what I'm saying, to get an understanding, because he's a very simple man, meaning that he likes to keep things basic so we can understand it, and it's not hyper intellectual. So if we got to keep it basic, we ask some basic questions, like if in the beginning is God is like the etymology of the word God. Well, somebody wrote it. They had some kind of understanding, something inspired them to put it down on paper. It had some kind of meaning to the culture at that time. Like, you got to investigate that further and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? So let me bring on the next person. And Ezekiel, I'll bring you on another time, my brother.
Oh, before I go off, if Bo can try to find me, even in the chat, and just let me know who his connect is in BK, because my friend, you are on some potent stuff. I'm sorry. That's a joke. I didn't mean that.
He's just joking, bro. It's a joke.
I love you, brother. Peace, power.
Much love. Much love.
Learning and discovering things, man. That's powerful.
Love.
The English
Much
language.
love, man. Yo, Bo, we just want to make sure that you're laughing, my brother. I don't want you to get so serious that you get a heart attack or that you have some kind of health ailment. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you don't have white people. I'm glad you was honest with us, is that you do have a multiracial child. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, my brother, you gotta lighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at what is being presented, because to me, it's just interesting. You know what I'm saying? And that's a natural response to things that are interesting. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to belittle you or disrespect you in any way. It's just a response to something that just sounds very awe-inspiring. Like, wow, I never heard stuff like that before. So I'm treading lightly. And again, is what much due respect that I'm even allowing you on here to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't respect you at all, my brother, you would not be on this panel talking with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this to have fun. I'm trying to do is to see really that there's other people that do think like you. Matter of fact, Bo, other people reached out to me. Maybe about 2-3 other people reached out to me after we first talked, and they was on your side. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so that's why I entertain these discussions, because other brothers, they have that same understanding. And I think that we can create a bridge and actually talk. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to the next person to ask you a question, Bo, and I'm gonna unmute you and you can rap. All right. The other 2 people we had on, they dropped off. So I guess it's the last person. So I'm gonna bring them on right now. All right. So in a Mesit Ibenga, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But you have the floor if you want to unmute your mic and say something to Bo.
Bo, you're right, Bo.
Hello?
Bo, are you right?
I can't hear you. Are you on a speakerphone or?
I'm on my phone. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. Are you on a handset or are you on a speakerphone?
I'm on a speakerphone.
Okay. Can you get on the handset real quick? I think that'll sound a little bit better.
1 second.
There you go. That's much better.
Hello?
Yes, that's much better.
Bo, can you hear me properly now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, Bo. Do you believe in the Bible?
Most definitely.
You do. So, in the New Testament, when Paul said something about a voice spoke to him in the ancient tongue, Hebrew. Do you believe in that?
I I believe that the New Testament was written by a lion spirit, and it's all lies from the first to the last word of it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Do you know anything about? You said Moses spoke English, right?
I said that's my belief, my brother. I can't tell you what language Moses spoke. I can tell
Okay.
you.
As you can hear, I come from England, right?
Tell you what language Moses spoke. I can't tell you things I don't know, my brother.
But you just said he spoke English, didn't you?
I said I believe he spoke English, big bro.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Do you know where the English language comes from?
I believe the English language came from God.
Not really. The English language came from Latin and Scandinavian. I live in England, so I know.
Let me correct you. According to the white man's history, English is not from Latin. Anything from Latin is a romantic language. English is a Germanic language, according to your white intellectual.
Can I actually explain something to you? The Queen still speaks
English is a Germanic language. He studies this nonsense. English is a so-called Germanic language, according to your white.
I just studied the Scandinavian language mixed with Latin. But do you know the Queen still speaks Latin till today?
Is this your personal theory that are you rebelling against the white man and saying that English is a Latin language? It's a romance language. Is English a
do you know the royal family in the UK?
My brother,
do you know the royal?
I'm asking you something simple. Is English a romance language or a Germanic language? Because we're talking about language.
English is a Germanic language. Okay, mixed with other things.
It's a Latin language. That's why you confuse me. So did you just learn that it's a romance language? It's a Germanic language?
No, I've known that. I live in England.
You live in England, okay.
English comes from England.
That's what they told you, my brother. I don't believe it. Just because they named the language English, doesn't mean it came from England. It just means they stole our language and named it after themselves. I know that's hard to believe that the white man would lie to us and steal something that's ours. I know.
Do you know anything about England at all? Do you know the history of England?
Do I know his story of England?
Yeah.
This is the difference between me and you in DivineProspect. I'm not concerned with his story. I'm concerned with his story.
Okay. Does the Bible say you should remember where you come from? Did it tell you to ask your fathers and they'll tell you? If you're not concerned about history, then you're not concerned about the Bible.
Did your father tell you that you was a Hebrew? That Moses spoke Hebrew?
My father was asleep.
You're talking about the Bible. You said that your fathers would tell you. Did your father tell you that you learned that the people spoke Hebrew?
God is my father, and he told me.
All right, never mind.
He told me through his prophets.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
You've not answered the question, you know. You just danced around every question I've asked.
Brother, what question you want me to answer, brother? What's that?
I said, do you know that the Queen speaks Latin till today?
I don't know anything about the Queen. Why would I know something about the Queen? Is she in the Bible? I study the Bible.
Divine, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I study the royal family. I don't study celebrities.
I'm not getting nowhere.
Yeah, it's okay. Hold on 1 second, Bo. I'm gonna let you talk. Hold on. NMC, can you say your name, my brother? I don't want to put your name up.
It's NMC Banger.
NMC and Banger. Thank you so much for coming on. We got to build again, my brother, like away from this. Okay. I see a lot of input that you put in the chat, man. We got to wrap. So next time I go live, please come on the live and let's chat a little bit. All right.
All right, I will. All
right. Thank you, my brother. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Banger. So I'm gonna let Bo have the floor. Bo, I'm gonna give you the opportunity. You can close out, my brother. I'm gonna close out for now, and we probably can rap again in the future. But I'm gonna tell you this: if we want to talk again, which I don't mind, I don't need you trolling. Right? You gotta promise you're not gonna troll, because if you do, I'm not gonna bring you back on. If you can have some discipline and not troll, then I'll set up another discussion with just me and you the whole time. All right?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you hear anything I said?
I heard everything you said. Yo,
all right, cool.
As far as me trolling, I'm not a troll. if I disagree with you and the people in your chat room block me, that makes me a troll?
Yeah, because
If
you posted 100
listen
things
to
in the
this.
chat, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak. I just said I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak again. Why do you need to go in the chat and comment a bunch of comments if I'm giving you an opportunity to speak?
You've been running from me, my brother. You know that. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you what you do. You get on the internet, you get on YouTube and say, why you calling a grown man 3 in the morning? Like, what you mean, why I'm calling you 3 in the morning? I'm calling you because you online 3 in the morning and we debating information. Am I calling you to hang out with you?
Why are you calling my phone?
Ain't that the same way I contacted you before? Didn't you call my phone when I talked to you before?
No, that was different.
What are you talking about?
That was because different? Hold on. Maybe you don't know the history. Maybe you forgot some of that. We spoke online before the phone call happened. So what are you talking about?
We spoke what? Say that again?
We spoke online before the phone call happened.
All right, let me refresh your memory. I had a phone conversation with you. Then months later, I called your cell phone and spoke to you online because I didn't have no.
You called me at 3 in the morning. Did you call me at 3 in the morning?
Listen to me, man. If you live and you online at 3 in the morning, what difference does it make? You act like I'm calling you. Like I'm waking up and calling. Like, knock it off, man.
If you calling my phone, my brother, at 3 in the morning, nobody calls my phone at 3 in the morning, my brother.
Was you live at 3 in the morning? Listen, first of all, I know the funny little etiquette of how you conversate, because I don't really do this.
So then I'm gonna school you then. I'm gonna school you. You don't call a grown man's phone at 3 in the morning unless he's expecting your call. Don't do that. That's what I'm saying. You can email me. Hold on, listen. You can email me. You can email me, right? Like while we live, I'm checking the email. I'm not looking at my phone. I didn't know you called me until after the show. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not looking at my phone. What I'm saying is,
grown man. I'm a grown man, little bro. What you mean, a grown man phone? What are you talking about?
So I'm trying to explain to you. You don't need
my information, bro. Don't turn it into something else. I'm calling you for another reason. Like it's a mystery of why I'm calling you. I'm calling you to tell you that you're lying to the people.
No protocol. Do not call my phone at 3 in the morning. That's all I'm saying to you.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But what I'm saying to you is, check this out. Listen, and that's cool. But what I'm saying to you is, don't act like I'm calling you for some other reason than to tell you, listen, you're lying to the people on live for everybody to hit.
I don't know what you're saying at that time because I'm not picking up the phone. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue why you calling.
What do I ever talk to you about? I don't know you. What do I got to talk to you about?
My brother, you don't have to know
the information, bro. That's all.
Okay, so look, let me stop it right here. Let me just
information. I don't get personal with nobody. It's just information. I don't even know you.
My brother, I don't know you either. That's why I don't understand why you doing this when you could be doing something else with your time. Why are you even here? Why are you even here?
This is my approach. Because this is my approach. This is my approach. Just like your approach is to go live and do your thing that you do. This is my approach. I contact y'all dudes who go live and tell lies to the people. This is my approach.
All right. So what I'm gonna do now is there's no need for us to talk anymore, then, my brother. Why do we even need to talk at this point? There's nothing else that needs to be said. You said everything you need to say on the past show that we talked and this show. There's nothing else we need to say at this point.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you this. I go on anybody YouTube channel, and let me say a few names. Captain Desariat, lying to the people. He run from me. He don't even have the heart you got to talk to me. He run from me. All of them. Especially the Hebrews, the Negroes do, who want to keep calling our people Negroes. White people don't even call us Negroes no more. What's that? Ron Dalton. That guy blocked me, scared to even talk to me. Why? Because all of y'all know y'all teaching lies to the people. Simple as that. And none of y'all special to me because this is not personal. It's about information. As soon as I click on your channel, the reason why I came to y'all channels, the end game. What end game?
What's your end game? What's your point?
I'm not playing a game. What game? What you mean by end game? There's no game being played. This is what I do. This is what I do. And it's simple. See, just like you said to the people, I'm a simple man. This is what I do. First, I started out trying to find answers, trying to find people who understand scripture. What I found was people who try to justify the Bible with the white man's lies. Y'all don't understand the Bible. Y'all don't even know how to read it. Y'all keep going to the Hebrew lexicons that white people wrote. It's nonsense. It's a gibberish language, and that's not the language of the scripture. Why would God write a language with no vowels and give tablets to Moses? How are they even reading it?
Who said that? Who said the language? Who said the language didn't have vowels? Nobody teaches that.
I said it. Paleo Hebrew.
Who said the
Show me
language
vowels.
didn't have vowels? You cannot have a language without vowels. What are you talking about?
So show me the vowels in the language Paleo
You're
Hebrew.
talking about the script. The script is reflecting something oral.
Script.
You
Okay,
understand
the
that?
script. Okay,
Yeah.
listen. The script. Okay, the script. There's no vowels in it.
I
How
can
do you
write an
pronounce
English.
a word?
Listen, I can write an English sentence and take the vowels out, and you'll be able to tell me what it says. Are you aware of that?
So you're saying, yes, I am. So what you're saying is that Hebrew is abbreviated. So the tribe of Gad and the word God, how would you know the difference? If it's
Between
only a G and a D.
God.
How would you know the difference of when they're saying Gad and when they're saying God? If there's no O, it's just a G and a D. How would you know the difference? Before the so-called Masoretic text and
because
vowel
you're
points.
taught language. Wait, you're taught the language. So somebody who knows that script and can read that script will be able to pronounce it for you and tell you what it says.
If somebody bring me a paper that says GD on it, how do I know if it says Gad or God? This is for GD.
Because of context.
I look at the paper. Who is this for? Is this for Gad? Context? No, listen. He gave me a piece of paper and said, yo, this is for GD. This is for this. Give this, like, how do I know? You don't know. You see what I'm saying? You see how silly that is? How can you speak a language with no vowels? And who told you, listen, who told you about the Masoretic text and the Masoretes? Are they in the Bible?
No, it's not in the Bible. But
Teach
the
you all about
prefaces
it.
that I try to show you from the Bible that you read from, they actually make reference to that. And they actually talk about Stephanos, Beza, and Erasmus, the other people who they actually got manuscripts from, that they put together the text.
About the Bible. We're not talking about the preface.
They tell you this. And those are the people that put your Bible together. What are you talking about? Those are the people that put your Bible together.
That's what you believe. I don't believe that.
All right.
So
I'm gonna give you another minute.
That my Bible comes from God.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you a minute.
Another minute, little bro. I don't need another minute.
You done?
I need
you
another
done?
minute.
All right.
I'm done. We both done. You peace, bro. Thanks for the time.
No problem. All right. So, wow. I'm about to close out now. I don't know. This is just confounding. And I'm saying that because you know he's gonna be like, yeah, I confounded him. Man, this is like somebody that means well, but like they just don't know how to express it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if he has any friends. I don't know if he has any associates. I don't know what he does with it. I don't know anything about his life, but it just seems like something is there. It's like a wall or something is there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody's been lied to him all his life and he's attributing it to the white man. I don't know what's going on with Buck. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I gave him an opportunity to speak. He said he ain't got no more to say, so there's no need for him to come back on this platform. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. He said, what I'm trying to accomplish is trying to be teaching lies. I'm like, all right, try to hear him out. Look, I gave him so much time. I'm supposed to end this show over an hour and some change ago. I let him speak. I let people ask him questions. Nobody else is willing to do that, but I'm willing to do that. I'm trying to be fair. But now there's no need for me to sit here and continue to have these discussions with him. There's nothing more that we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing more that we need to talk about because apparently nothing you say is going to make any sense. And what he's saying is not reaching nobody. So it's like his method is not even effective, whatever he's trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm respecting him as a man that has a voice and that wants to say something, you know what I'm saying? And he believes that it's truth. I'm giving him an opportunity to do that. But you don't get on come in somebody else's house and start acting crazy. Like nobody's gonna come in his house and start telling him what he needs to say when he's believing he's lying. Ain't nobody gonna come up to his house and do something like that. He gonna make sure that whatever guest come in this house is gonna respect his house. They're gonna respect him and his role in his house. You're not gonna let no other man come in your house and disrespect you like that. So I don't mind him speaking his opinion and saying what he got to say, but you're not going to come on here and just talk reckless like that. You're not going to do that. You're going to show some decorum, respect. If you don't know the protocol, I'm going to tell you. And like I told him, don't call my phone because if you call on my phone and I see that number and I know that it's some grown man, I'm not answering the phone unless it's somebody I know and I know it's an emergency if they're calling me. So do not call my phone. That's what I'm saying because you're not going to get an answer. Don't text me because you're not going to respond. Email me. And then from there, we can arrange a discussion. We can arrange the chat. I have no problem doing it if you follow protocol. If you're a grown man, you should know some discipline. Have some discipline. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. And if what he's doing is serious, then create your own platform. If you need assistance with that, I can help you. I have no problem with that. You can put your platform together. You can speak to the people as much as you want and say whatever you want. No problem. You ain't got to make 1,000, you know, different YouTube channels and handles just to get into the chat and say a whole bunch of stuff. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, because I know his spirit. He's from New York. I know his spirit because I can tell. You know what I'm saying? I know his spirit. I know that's how he get down. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? I wish him well. He said he's a father. He got 9 kids. I pray that he's a good father to his children. And I pray that Most High strengthen him to continue to be a good father to his children. I just hope that, you know, whatever it is that he's teaching them, he's allowing them to be objective in learning. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my only prayer for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? I wish him well in his endeavors and whatever he's trying to accomplish in life. But whatever he's trying to do over here is just not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. Right? You can find some other things to do, my brother. You'll be more accomplished in doing it. Coming over here, it just doesn't, it's not going to be effective. You know what I'm saying? So much love to you, Bo. But since you ain't got nothing else to say, even though I was trying to give you another minute to close out, you didn't want to do it. There's no need for us to talk again. You know what I'm saying? You want to come in the chat, I have no problem with that. You come disrespectful, we're gonna flag you first, and then we're gonna block you. That's just how it is. You can make 1,000,000 handles. I got tons of admins already on it, and they're just gonna block you, and you're just gonna be wasting your time, right? And I would hope that your time is valuable. You a father. You know what I'm saying? You got 9 children. Like your time should be valuable. You feel what I'm saying? So you should be investing time building something up. Why don't you write a book? Why don't you put a PowerPoint together? You know what I'm saying? Write a paper or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Do a lecture. You know what I'm saying? Do something constructive like that, where people will be willing to objectively hear you. Coming on people's platforms and stuff. It's like you going up to somebody's house and telling them you ain't a man and you ain't teaching your children right. Like you can't be coming up to people's houses like that and think they're gonna keep inviting you over. It don't work like that. That's not how you operate, my brother. And again, I think you do mean well. I think you do mean well. I think you do have a spirit where you really trying to help your people, but your method for going about it is just, it's not good. You feel what I'm saying? It's not good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm laid back enough and I'm down to earth enough to talk to you about it. But if you're not willing to receive no correction, you say nobody can't teach you, then there's no need for you to be here. I'm willing to be a student and learn what you got to say. But the moment that you close off and you remove yourself from being a student to learn the things that I'm saying to you, then we have nothing to discuss. We have nothing to discuss. You're not my teacher. You're not my father. You're not my older brother. You're not my uncle. You're not kin to me in any way. You ain't groom me. You ain't raise me. You ain't fight for me. You ain't protect me. You ain't do none of this stuff for me. So therefore, the level of respect I'm giving you is just as a man with a voice and give you an opportunity to do so, right? As you talk. But other than that, there's no other relationship there. There's nothing else there. So I want to continue praying for you, my brother. Find other avenues to get your voice out. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, you can email me. Email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. I'm willing to help you out. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Put together whatever, because you may have a legacy you want to leave behind for your children. What if you die tomorrow? God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Put a video out. Put a book out. Write a paper. Do something to at least leave it behind for your children. You know what I mean? If you need assistance with that, I'm willing to help you. Even regardless of our disagreements, I'm willing to assist you. You feel me? So with that being said, fam, I'm about to close off. Thank y'all for watching, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your Shabbat. Listen, I try to be fair. Ain't nobody can come and say Divine is not fair on his panel. He don't let nobody. I'm fair. Even to people who other people don't want to hear, I'm fair. You know why? Because I know what I stand on is solid. If what I stood on wasn't solid, I'll be apprehensive from talking to anybody outside of my circle or outside of just me talking to the camera. You feel what I'm saying? Like this type of energy, I enjoy talking to our people, trying to build, trying to reach our people, trying to analyze our people to understand their needs so I can assist with it. Like, you don't know unless you allow people to come on, and you have to be on your toes all the time, because I don't know who's coming on this platform to talk, say what they're going to say, but I open it up and I allow them to do that. A lot of teachers not going to be willing to subject themselves to that type of scrutiny, but I have no fear. You feel what I'm saying? I have no fear, and I'm willing to build with the people. All right. So family, with that, I'm out of here, man. I need to get some rest, man. I need to just, you know what I mean, just unwind. This was a lot. Shout out to all my family in there. Shout out to the Dove, Deborah Willard, Ak Malak, Lydia Ashby, Kanisha Morgan, Vinny D. Davis, Mick For Real. What's going on? Gabar Alaha, Free Brew, Anava. What's going on? Linus Judah in the building. Essie Thompson, Hubert, Mafu Mulo. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. You know what I'm saying? The Swooviest in the building. What's going on? Coco Tawaki Taylor, Virtue. What's going on? Ashley G, Lucky Lau, Judah Balark. What's going on? What's going on? Let me see what else is in here. Sean Bumpus. What's going on? Kevin Powell. What's going on? King, sorry again for the mix up. Still waiting for Kevin Johnson to come on this panel and get this work, but he's not He's not doing that. So I don't know what's going on, man. Shout out to Otis Miller, man. Quentin Boswell. What's going on, family, man? Thank all of y'all for being up here tonight, man. Early in the morning, man. Bearing with me with this discussion. Hopefully it was entertaining, man. If not educational, man. Hopefully you guys got something from it. I love all y'all, man. Thank you all for the support. Again, all the contact information is below. If you guys want to support this channel, the information is there on the ticker going across the screen. And if there's anything that we can do to help you out, family, because we are a family, man, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and we got you. Even you, bro. You know what I mean? You need some assistance, my brother. Even though we have a disagreement of odds, man, if you ever need something, man, email me and I'll do what I can to assist you. All right? So again, family, I love you, man. Get some rest, man. Enjoy your Shabbat, those who keep it, man. And the rest of y'all, man, peace and shalom.